go. I just pressed it twice. Like, and go. Nope. And go. No. I know. It's, my...
What's the top?
Top of the morning to you, laddies. Just what did I do? No, I didn't say anything. I'm innocent until proven guilty. My leg is itchy. Ah, yeah.
Episode of the Nerd Ensemble podcast where we talk about nerd stuff, gaming. That's what you consider nerd stuff. Gaming, a bit of technology here and there, blah blah blah. No, you do. Uh, oh yeah. Listening and either, I mean, I guess it doesn't show on your screen. And we're with mine right now, so I'll just go inside anyway. But yeah, I am Nexus, me as always.
Swinging cat boy in most places. YouTube.
What the hell happened when I started OBS, but I went to the normal podcast scene and both the text over top of our icons was just like enlarged, like way out. I'm like, what the hell happened here? Gotta
On
fix
my
it.
screen,
And now your
no, it looks so. It looks tiny.
words, yeah, it's like really tiny. I'm like, I don't understand what happened there.
I don't know either.
Tiny little thing. I'm like, well, that's not helpful. And as you can probably, tell, I changed the icon. New one.
You didn't have it there before.
No, it was your one that was like mine.
Oh, oh well.
That's what I had last time.
Did you actually feel like you had time to do stuff to change stuff in life?
I've been here in the Discord channel for maybe, I don't know,
10
15, 20
minutes.
minutes. More than that, actually. I was like sitting there, I was like,
Also, you
eh.
went in
And then I
before
sent
you.
the message. Yeah, I sat there because when I said that I'm good now or whatever, when I said that before, that's when I joined the channel. Okay, let me just say I'm in TNA. Waited. And there you are.
I was half asleep because I am so tired. Mostly because it's normally as of late I've gone to bed at normal human hour. Actually, it's also not normal human hours, but let's pretend it is. Okay, good.
Yeah. Cool. I said I'm tired, more just exhausted. I don't know. Been way exhausted.
Ah, oh, yeah, I will be fine. I'm slowly dying. The usual, you know.
Sounds.
Yeah,
Where's my phone? Get these notes.
I don't know. See, I don't use notes. I use my intelligence.
That lacks.
No, no, no. No, no, no. No.
Going straight into the long category. And how are we going with this one? Because I don't even know. What was their topic?
I
Oh, they're there. Ooh. We got a
you
long one.
sent the how long
I got,
up
I got,
how long up
I
is
got
the
one.
list of we haven't chatted today a lot about a
I
lot
have
of
them
stuff.
all right here. There's a.
Mm, it's always been this week is like one of the few times that we actually may have to split in stuff for next time. 'Cause normally we don't have stuff, but now we have too much stuff. Yeah.
Which is basically we don't talk a lot about it. We just like mention, basically just like talk about what happened. That's it. Just move on.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. I want to go ahead and get a few out of the way here.
Ooh.
So here's a few things to get out of the way. To start off of a lightning round thing of things that have happened recently, gaming wise. Yeah. So Skyrim, as everybody would notice, it got anniversary edition, which also means that it gets another next gen upgrade for newer consoles and PC again, and whatever the hell the anniversary edition entails. And you get a fish, because that's always important. Fishing in Skyrim. Boy, are
No,
modders
no,
happy
no.
now
The
they don't have to
most
deal with
important
it.
part is that you can fish.
It's official. Eh? Eh?
I mean, you can literally fucking fish in Cold War in Outbreak now, and I'm
you,
like,
you didn't you didn't get what I said, did you?
no, I don't listen to you. Remember?
No, I said that yeah, they made it official.
It was so bad that I didn't even pay attention to your bad joke. No, because I normally pay attention to bad jokes, and that was so bad. I didn't do it. It wasn't even
You
worth
could
of
just
my time.
as for the next one, Fortnite imposters mode, since we're talking another bullshit. Yeah, so of course Fortnite copying yet another game mode. In this case, they've now went after Among Us. Literally the exact same thing, except for 3D map.
Yep.
Damn copied bastards.
I know.
Now I want to talk
I think it
about
was no VR chat did that though with one someone actually
VR chat.
remade.
It's fine. I mean, VR.
Yeah,
That's basically
but
the point of VR chat. They
yeah,
do
but it was
copy a
kind.
lot of
Have
stuff.
you seen that when someone
Just add stuff into their
have
game.
you watched this paper play it? It's kind of cool though because it's such a weird experience. You're seeing it in 3D.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, the whole point of it is just like to have different experiences in VR. So I mean, it's perfectly okay for
yeah.
them to do like an Among Us mode in that. I mean, in Fortnite imposters, it's like it's literally the exact same thing. Everything's the exact same except it's aliens, apparently.
I mean, we
They're not
don't
even
know what the
trying to make an
fuck.
homage.
Here's the thing though. In Among Us, we don't even know what we're fighting. We just saying that they are bad. But we don't even know if they are really bad. We just assume they're bad.
Assume it is until we know more, and even still, I probably don't care because I don't like Fortnite. So, no. As for the next lightning round bit, Pokemon Presents, which all I can really remember is that it had a bunch of stupid shit. Like it had like, oh hey, we made a Poke what is it, Poke Cafe mix Redux or something. Like they're redoing it. Like, okay. Um
Good for you.
bunch of other random mobile games. They talked more on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It's like, okay, those got better, kind of. Don't like the
Maybe.
design entirely. It's like I'm purposely gonna buy them or buy one of them, but whatever. Did more on Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I am still kind of happy about. I think it's kind of cool. It kind of takes the Monster Hunters approach of gameplay, honestly. There's like, you go scout for things. What is it? Kind of like scouting missions. You basically just go find Pokemon to catch. Uh, and then there's like some battles you have to do. I don't know. I mean, of course you do battles, but yeah, it's kind of like it feels a lot Monster Hunter ish. So
Yeah,
I've already pre-ordered it. I already pre-ordered it on Amazon, so like I'll
good
get it when I get
job.
it. Anyway, I would have pre-ordered Diamond, but I'm like, I really want it. I don't think I do.
Yeah, you know.
Before we get into the bigger topics, that's before we went into time, our last podcast, we were happy to try out Back for Blood the next day, and now we have that. So I guess we can kind of talk about those thoughts just a tad bit.
We also have Cyberpunk to talk about. New update.
I canceled that.
Ah, I didn't even try it yet, cause I should.
I don't really know.
I don't even open the game. I was like, okay, new update. So I'm gonna go
I
play
installed a
something.
new update. I haven't even tried it.
I don't even tried anything since I played last. Yeah.
Really been hell. Random thing to note for people who don't know, the physical edition online at GameStop, Walmart, and I think of other places, I think Best Buy as well. It basically in America, and I think in maybe Game has it in UK. I'm not too sure, but Cyberpunk is $10 physical edition, $10 if you want it for Xbox and PS4. Go have fun with that. Like, hey, go look at it. Be like, hey, if you want to try the game, like, I heard too bad about it, and because I had all these issues, like $10, man. You can't lose. It's $10. So just go spend it, play the game for yourself, see if you like it.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting updated every now and then. So, you may have your issues fixed if you do run into anything.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Back for Blood, like I said, our little thoughts on that. Which, oh boy, all I can say is heavily excited for it to come out.
The bot is trying to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Damn it, Holly.
like, here's the thing. There's 3 difficult. I don't know if they're gonna add more when it releases the game, but there's 3 difficulties. First difficulty, no friendly fire at all or anything. Second difficulty has friendly fire.
25% is what it was. 25%.
Yeah, I don't, and then I don't know what the last one was because I didn't
We tried
really.
the last one. Yeah, we tried the middle one first with the friendly fire enabled. That didn't pan out well because Holly kept shooting us in the damn back
Like,
every 5 minutes. It's like, cut it out.
like she
And we
was
wouldn't even be in front of her. Like we would just be like maybe to her side, and I don't know where she would like back up and move over and just start shooting us like, bitch.
like we don't even know what the fuck we were doing. We were just standing back. We were trying to shoot. I think I fucking died more to the
That's
bots.
another thing. That's another thing. There wasn't even sometimes there weren't even zombies around us, and they would just like be in front of us. They would turn around, shoot us, and then like go back forward. Like the fuck?
I what if it like we killed off some stuff and then it decided that they were gonna like shoot afterwards because they registered too late. Like it was some what's it called delay but still it's
That's right. It was just like basic zombie apocalypse shit. Like, oh hey, you have extended your use. Like we have no more use of you. Shoot you, kill you. Like okay.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, game.
I mean, you got that. I do like the boss fight kind of deal. That was kind of like cool.
Yeah, except on the second difficulty because
Second
that's
difficulty, like it was a pain, mainly
like
because the bots were stupid, and then the other difficulty, like okay,
yeah. The issue was I think you basically need to like have 4 people, like proper people.
Probably. I mean, we want to play with. I mean, that's basically the whole idea. You want to have four actual people who know what the hell they're doing, not just two people and two bots. And yeah, like we said before on the last one, Lily, for anyone who hasn't watched much of it, doesn't like watch much about Back for Blood. Literally, the actual sequel, or like a spiritual sequel to the Left 4 Dead series, the actual Left 4 Dead 3, since Valve can't count to three. I think they just can't. It's like no game ever gets to three, and it's like Left 4 Dead. Like, they quit. All the devs from it like went to their own studio, and they can't call it that because it's owned by Valve. So they just made another game and plastered another name onto it.
Yeah, I think the difference is that you can actually fucking aim now.
Yeah, you can aim down sights, you can sprint. Uh, there's a few other things you can do. Um, different type of stuff, but it's mostly the same thing. You couldn't buy things when it started. Now they have like a store of buying some stuff.
Like in the beginning of the store, then you rush through it. You can find stuff,
And like
and
they have a currency, which is like the copper that you find in the middle of missions. Just like, go pick a bunch of it, which I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they need to decrease the amount that was in it, which could have just been because we were on the lowest difficulty. So that could be why. But there was so much goddamn copper everywhere. Like it needs to be lowered a little bit because it's like we just buy everything
yeah, but
based on
we
the second
also
mission.
had like those goddamn cards that gave us copper.
So you where copper is. Like, okay. And it's like you just know where it is.
Yeah,
Time
and
you
then
walk
it's
by it, you see the outline.
increased amount also. It's like, hey, you get increased amount and where it is, like, okay, good.
Jesus. I mean, sure, it's cool and all, but it's like balancing, like actual game balancing, you want it to be good. In that case, it was not. It was
And
too overpowered in the sense of always finding copper. Speaking of overpowered, which I hate to say it because I really loved using it, they probably need to nerf the M14 or whatever it's called in that one.
which
A1,
one?
A1, I think. Whatever the rifle I was using
I
during
don't
the
know which one
last
you
bit.
were using. You were losing.
When I was using, like, I feel like it does need to be nerfed because it's like it is 1 to 2 shot all the time, except for maybe the other ones, but it's like all the fucking time. And again, we're on the easiest difficulty, so okay, maybe that makes sense, but come on, it's way too easy. I could literally just like be on a controller and aim in, and it has like the auto aim, like the aim assist. So when you hold in a trigger, it like immediately locks on to somebody. It's like I just do that and keep shooting. It's like I'd kill everyone on the screen before. If he was like in another room, I could kill everyone on the screen before he even walks in the room.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, that's for a gun sandbox. That's quite a bit of one. So I'm pretty happy with that.
and the PvP mode seems fun. Like it seems fun. We had some issues because there was no one playing, but
As
like,
somebody who has uh, quite the distaste for PvP, I give it my sign of approval.
yeah, it was not like. And here's the thing: neither side was too overpowered. Like, if you were infected, you were not too overpowered. Like, except maybe
If you have like good hiding spots, it's the only real way you can get it perfect. Because the first map we went to,
that
or
one
like the
just
first and
was
second one,
terrible for all.
first one wasn't really that great, but it was whatever.
And then we had like the I think the last map we
And
played, with the barn and everything. That was just
not all that great. Then there was
that
the second one, which
that was a survivor map more or less. To be honest, like it was harder for. Here's the thing: you couldn't spawn unless you were hidden, so you couldn't spawn in the middle of the group. You had to go and hide to be able to spawn again.
of that versus like game mode is that it's obviously zombies versus humans and or infected versus humans because in that world it's not zombies, it's infected, but whatever. And Point is if you were on the infected side, that you picked where you spawned, but you had to be hidden from eyesight. You know, humans couldn't be able to see you spawn. Be around the corner.
It was
There were a lot of hiding spots in that one map we got in. We were on the rooftop. That was annoying. It wasn't a lot, but it's like it was to the point where you can go be at one spot and just like pop up like, oh, yep, they're dead.
so I love
One of them, if you play the Stinger and the whatever that other guy's called, that's
the,
in the same family
the
group.
like the brute ones that like
No, another Brit one. It's the same one as a Stinger, but it was like different. The one that the Stinger was like it shot at you, and then the other one where it's like if you shoot with it, it would trap them.
oh
Fuck 'em
the
up.
tiny guys.
Yeah. So like the tiny ones. Uh, those you could literally like leap with like super far, which probably needs to be nerfed. And also in one level there were trees, and you could jump up and sit at the top of those trees, or like latch onto the trees and just like sit there waiting. So it's like very OP.
Yeah, and I think also the like then there was like exploding guys which sucked, but they were good. But the issue was you died every time after you used them. Like, 'cause
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense that they explode, but like, come on, they're good for a group takeout.
and if you get like a sneak attack, maybe, but most of the time when you spawn, there are no sneak attacks. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, especially if you're that big and try to rush them. Like, hi.
Oh, that's kind of the card system is kind of all right. I mean, you know, you get like a
Yeah,
deck of cards in the sense. For anyone wondering, like you get like a skill cards, like or supply cards. I forget what it's called, but it's like you get like a deck of them, like a tiny one, and then as you level up, you get like supply points. You spend those to get more cards, and you know, and other stuff you like apply that. Also, in the middle of levels, if you find like a folder, you pick that up, and it'll give you a random card. So it's like it'll give you a random new one, and you know you put that into one deck. And then at the start of the level, usually you'll be able to pick a starter one, which I think is just like a couple of them. So mine was always like have a knife as a melee weapon,
I
and
think
then the other
that
one,
one was just standard. Like the knife was always like a
uh,
starter item.
that just kind of started with a campaign because like whenever you full on start, like it just asks you for that. So it's like, what do you want as your like your starter card or whatever? It's like you pick that, and then you have your other cards, which is like you know you pick one of those, which is like a whole array of them. So you can
I
have
was the
stuff like
grenade launcher as a starter card.
when you get low enough HP, your attack goes up, or if you melee somebody, it heals you a little bit or stuff like that. Like all
I think
right,
I had I had like
gotta kill, yeah.
I think I had a fucking not of that one, but I had something they stacked up that I was insane.
And all this other crap. The second difficulty would have been perfectly okay, no issues. We
Yeah.
weren't having that big of issues. Then again, somebody kept scaring the crows, so you know.
Yeah, those they need to be a little bit lighter sometimes because I don't focus on it too much. And then
And they need to be like more apparent because I mean, you got close enough to them, which we knew they were there to be beforehand because like we saw them before. At least I made notice of it. I said like, hey, you know, there's crows over here, and you know we went on, and then maybe we died a couple times. Then you'll, uh, I mean, then you basically walked into them. Nope, well that's all right.
and also sometimes in certain places it was like super a little bit dark and crows is black
In
and
that, there was this part where we were going downhill. There were crows just sitting there. So if you like sprinted and was like, I'm just gonna run past, try to get to the safe zone as fast as possible in this level, speed run it. Nope, because you will run smack into those crows and you will get a horde on you. I'm
And
like, God damn it.
yeah,
Yeah, for people listening, if you scare crows, it summons a horde. So,
yeah. And we had like a boss mission at the end. Like the final mission we did was a boss basically, but it was not really a boss, but like, oh god.
it's a decent bit because we stopped at a church where the whole point is to board up the area. And granted, that is way better for a 4-player thing because it's like, I don't know if
You
the
can have
bots know to board
like
shit up.
two boarding, two defending.
Board up the windows to kind of defend because a lot of zombies have been coming in. We tried it maybe 2 times and we quit. It's like, nah, we're just gonna go play
Yeah,
versus.
yeah, we wanted to try because it was starting to get like late and
It's the only time we could have recorded anything. So it's just like, or for the game. Like, nah. Well, one time I could have. You
yeah.
probably could have, but
I could have just gone the day after if I want to and continue play.
yeah,
Oh
you could have.
god, that would have been so difficult all alone, I feel like. Like
Maybe
that
that depends
mission
if
is gonna
the
be
third
that
NPC wants to
soloing
shoot you.
gonna be terrible.
Scream, hey, you need friends.
And I'm like, I don't have friends.
Uh, Anything else to talk about with the game? Other than the fact that, yeah, it's gonna be fun to get it.
No, I don't think we have anything else on the guide.
I might get the Ultimate Edition, mostly because it gives you the like season pass or whatever, so you get all the DLC, future DLCs,
Yeah, that's the one I want
story ones.
too. No, I
I'm
think you
considering
just
it,
need deluxe edition for the season pass or whatever it is. I'm not sure if you need the ultimate.
but
'Cause I think
at
the
the very
ultimate.
least,
I want some sort of collector's edition for this game. Not gonna lie.
Steelbook if you get Ultimate. Probably why I was wanting it as well.
Yeah, that's what
For sure.
mostly reason I buy. If there's like a physical copy I can get, and there is like a special thing that gives it, and I'm like, oh, I want that so badly.
There's nothing else special with it. It's like, oh, that would still, for most people, it's like, oh, hey, 10, $20 more. I freaking, I actually pre-ordered Halo Infinite. I pre-ordered the Steelbook earlier today, or I guess yesterday now. And it was a Steelbook copy, which was still the same base price, 60.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Okay,
If
bro.
anybody's looked at it, the Infinite Collector's Edition from EB Games Australia, fucking bullshit. All it comes with is the Steelbook of the game, a little pin, a $25 gift code for Xbox, I guess. Like spend $25, I think. And that's it, maybe
And what was the price?
100 and something. But then again, Australia. So Australian games are actually known to be expensive.
Yeah.
So the point, but yeah, it's just like, no, you would not get me to buy that because I'm like, Collector's Edition or not, it's not worth it.
Yeah. If you're gonna talk about collector's edition, you should buy the Destiny, the new Destiny 2.
I wanted to. It's out of stock.
Is it still out of stock?
Yeah, it's out of stock. I'm like, God damn it. I was gonna pre-order that. I was gonna get the one with no game code. I was gonna be
Like,
like,
yeah,
well,
I
I
don't
don't
really
see the
give a
point.
fuck
'Cause I'm
about,
like,
cause I
maybe Game
can,
Pass will have Witch Queen on day one. And if that's the case, I'm fine. I don't really need to buy it for PC. I would
yeah,
probably do it, but I'm like, I could probably wait. I could probably just play it on Game Pass for a bit and then later buy it on PC.
yeah, and not only that, it's like, it's you can just like buy. You basically, anyways, gonna buy the same price, even if you buy the collector's edition. Like, it's basically just like what you're doing is if you don't buy the code, is that you don't get like maybe like a piece of paper with the code on. That's all you're losing.
To showcase.
Which I missed, or I skipped because of, or I forgot about it, and then I'm like, I should have watched that, but I don't feel like it.
I should have, but at the same time, I could just like note some stuff. Except for one thing I really wanted you to see, because I'm like, you would love this weapon.
Yeah,
So
don't tell me.
basically,
I can go check it, but you talked about a stasis weapon.
this weapon, I don't think it's stasis.
Oh yeah, the
Maybe
new
it
weapon
might be.
type, right?
Yeah, it's a new weapon type. They're adding weapon types of stasis. So yeah, the Destiny 2 showcase was mainly to mention the Witch Queen and the new season, which is already out. But with Witch Queen, kind of seems like they're going more for the horror aspect, which makes sense. It's mainly about Hive and everything. It's the freaking Hive Queen. So yeah. Uh, mention a few things. I'm gonna skip over the weapon because I do want you to see that for yourself. Uh, let's see. There are now new ghosts, Hive ghosts, which is what that collector's edition have. The Hive ghost, which is basically the Hive are now using the light, and they are bringing ghosts to their side. So the game is that you can actually find these things, and there's in the trailer there's an animation where you like hold it in your hand and you crush it. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay, are we starting to become the bad guys at this point, or?
In this sense, but it's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of cool. You just like have the Hive ghost in your hand, and you just like crush it. So kind of feel like that's some catharsis on your end because you keep telling our ghost to shut the hell up and go away. So it's like, well, now you get a crush ghost. There's your catharsis. And then we got the new weapon, which, like I said, I will not mention because I want you to see it. I can't talk about that. A new thing that's gonna be added: weapon crafting, where you can craft your own weapons. It's the same stuff, but I mean, you actually specific weapons you craft, like get all the pieces for and craft it. Uh, the new weapon that I was trying to mention before, you cannot get it from anywhere. It does not come from a season pass. It does not come from uh, the RNG system. You have to literally build it. It's the only way you get it. You
Ooh,
have to build it.
that idea I like. Like you have to, like not everything is obtainable by just collecting. Like you have to
And
actually.
according to them, at launch, all the new weapons that are added are craftable. Like all of the new ones, like the legacy ones and like stuff before Witch Queen, that stuff be added later. But for now, all the new stuff that's going to be uh, added at that point will be craftable.
Ooh, but if they're gonna add, okay, now we're gonna talk about the weapon you love, Galahorn. If they're gonna add that to the game, are they gonna make it a craftable weapon then?
Think
So
so?
because in
I
that
mean,
case, it makes like, because you wanted to pre-order the, was it deluxe edition or was it ultimate edition
I
thing?
will mention that here in a bit, but it's the Bungie 30th.
Oh right.
I'll mention what all comes in that here in a bit. Fun one.
But yeah, I'm still gonna buy the collector's edition for it though. Cause
Mhm.
can't you read up? Do you have that open or no? The bundle
I can say
collection.
what's in it at the very, or at least I can say what one thing is in it. The main statue is it's a Hive Ghost statue, and it has like knobs for lighting. Like you
Yeah.
attach it to like a base, and like you can adjust like the lighting on it, like some sound effects that come out of it. I think something like that.
Uh.
And I can go and actually look up all comes in. Okay, it comes with the Witch Queen digital soundtrack, the
Yeah.
Psychometer replica with lights and sounds, which is the at this station. The Lucent Hive Ghost replica would stand. A hidden ID badge, or the hidden ID badge. Vil card, hidden dossier, and collector's edition emblem. I got the whole picture. Copy it. not what you know.
It's rumored the Guardians can use the psychometer to experiment with artifacts to gather evidence and unlock clues. So it's like they're gonna make like some sort of treasure hunt with this pack. Just like you may get some
150 with no game added. It's a little up there, but it's like
there's a
that was quite a
collector's
bit.
edition which like I bought
I mean,
I
with
bought a
this statue,
shape
it makes
one.
way more sense. I mean, the
Mm,
freaking last one they had with the Beyond Line, where it's just like the little whatever it's called, the thing, the splinter, I guess is what it's called. Like you get that thing, that's it, and like a few like emblems, maybe cards or whatever. It's like okay, that's really stupid. Like I
yeah.
don't want that. But Witch Queen, you have this huge thing. It's like that looks cool. I love that.
Yeah. In my case, it was like I bought the Valhalla collector's edition. I bought it mostly for the main statue because, which is also just cheap plastic, anyways. But like, it still looks good. Like, I could, as long as it looks good, I don't really care how it's made. Like, unless it's meant to be like a little bit like, if it's meant to be like a sword that's a replica from the game, I kind of want it in like a more expensive style. But if it's like just a cheap statue based on a character, like okay, as long as it's not like super easy to break, I'm fine. Okay, if stop.
First, I made it an emote in my Discord server.
Okay, shut up. Okay, it's not cursed. It's just look.
It is. It is.
Don't
Why do
bully.
they make a statue
Don't
that was like
bully
of someone
Eivor
screaming?
Wolfkist.
Well, why were they screaming? And I get the point. Maybe they're just like trying to do like a battle cry or something. I don't care. But it's like, no, no. Just could have made it a serious face, but it just looks so.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
again, it's just plastic. If they put in more data, they probably could have done more. But again, it was a cheaper collector's edition, and it still looks good. Like as a whole, like you don't just look at the face. Oh, I need to. Hmm.
Is that there's a couple of things that I took note of. One of which is that, remember when I said before that basically the hive are taking light? Yeah, hives can become guardians now. Not like actual like, you know, hive fighting, the darkness. It's like their own version of a guardian, like a darkness guardian. So they can act like how Gaul was in the Red War, like boss fight. They can do that stuff now. They can use void and solar and arc. They can do that.
Oh, so now they can't die. Good to know.
Well, no, they don't have. Oh, well, actually, that depends. The ghost, but no, they have their own ghost too. It's like, oh shit, right? But no, no, they
We're
actually
just
do.
gonna sit there and
Okay, let's rephrase that. It's like how the in Beyond Light, how the Fallen can have stasis. So in this case, the Hive now have all the light abilities.
I mean, stasis was a bad ability anyways. Didn't what was his name? I don't remember his name. What was that fallen guy that was really sounded like he was bored as fuck the whole time? Yeah, like he's like
Basically like that.
like
Hmm.
it sounds like yeah, I'm here again. Hello.
Oh, good. It's just like one thing that kind of annoys me a little bit with that one is like you have him and like they made his voice like back in the first game, so it's like it's kind of like a older type of deal. So it's like that's like oh hey that's how the Fallen would talk, like if they were trying to speak English, and then you go to Fallen that has been like since Beyond Light came out. It's like they don't talk like that. I mean they still kind of do, but it's like they talk more fluently. I guess maybe Varix isn't very fluent, in a sense. So it's like it's harder for him to say it, but I don't know.
Or he's one of the. I mean, it could be also that different part of the Fallen has accent. So, like, I don't think all Fallen is from the same fucking place all the time. Like,
Obviously not. I mean, they have like different houses, and I guess that's more of their region based.
yeah.
Do it
So
that way.
maybe because we have not met a Fallen like Varric, it's like. 'Cause I think the only times we met his kind was the ones that tried to kill us. Which just explains.
That was that, and then now we have the ones that came about during the
Yeah,
last season, season
yeah, which
14,
I have
which
not played.
I played maybe 2 days of, and then it's like, oh hey, here's the Destiny 2 news. Hey, new season out. Like, like damn it.
Yeah,
I can still go through the quests because I have them. Like I still have those quests available to me. So it's like if I continue them now, I can beat it before 15 ends.
yeah,
But
and
uh,
hopefully
but yeah,
next week we're gonna play Destiny 2 again.
because we'll mention that here in just a few. But another thing about the campaign is that they're adding another difficulty mode, which is not very original of a name.
Hell, Nightmare.
Legendary,
Oh,
which
okay.
is literally the Halo like hardest difficulty. So it's like, come on, you could have done better. But anyway, it's like a harder difficulty, and I guess it's like how their older system was with like you pick the hard difficulty, and it is more so than the original. They have that, and basically now they have it where difficulty will scale based on player amount. So the more players that are in your fire team, the more difficult it gets,
Yeah,
which makes sense.
definitely. Also, I wonder if they're gonna start now. This should be also mentioned. I feel like it's very important. In the new season, they added one. Is it a dun? Is it a raid or a dun? I think it's a raid and
It's an activity.
I think it's
It's not
both.
really. It's not a dungeon or a raid. It's really just an activity.
Yeah, which has 6 players of fire team.
Yeah, which I will get to in a minute. Somewhere. Yeah, I put it down. So we got that. Because I think I was so shocked about that. Yeah, it's kind of like they have like a 6 player thing, which is nice. More 6 player activities, which for us we don't have
We don't even have.
that many friends,
We barely
but
have three.
it's
We
it's
don't
a
even have
thought.
a third player. So, but talk about that. I hope with the new story coming out and everything that you can be 6 players. And they raised the bar in the older missions for to 6 players because like it could make sense now when you can have that, which before it was like you were free. That was what a fire team was.
I still hate that. I still hate that whole 3 players like that's how it works. Like
Yeah,
no,
but I think the idea is that it's meant to be a warlock, a titan, and
yeah. I mean, it makes
hunter.
sense, but I'm saying like I don't know. 4 just seems like the right way to go in every game if you're gonna have a party. But okay, fine, 3. But
They're
yeah,
like,
so
oh, you mean you want a fourth guy? Nah, not okay.
like they were talking about is like, oh, they're excited about the whole thing of like, oh, hey, we have seasonal events where it's like, hey, we don't have to wait for a DLC or buy a DLC in order to experience all these story plot moments. Like, you could just play the seasonal events and you have free story. Like, yeah, except one problem: they're not replayable. So if you miss it, it's done. You can no longer like experience that story. The only way you can experience it is either go back and like maybe watch somebody who played through it all, or read the new timeline that's in the top right now, where it's like, hey, this stuff happened. Like, okay, I could rather see the cutscenes myself, play it myself, but no, it's getting blocked out. It's getting kicked out as soon as you don't play it. It's like
Yeah,
that's
as I
stupid.
said,
Don't
like
tie story to a seasonal event that is gone after it's done. Do not do that. That is really stupid.
I can say it. I can say it in a sense that if you miss the season, you miss the story. But if you do the season, you can replay the story, like the whole thing
Like if
until.
you, I mean, what they could at least probably do is what I mentioned to you when we were playing before. I feel like in a way, at the very least, what they could have done, which is still a bit of a dick move to do, but they could have been like, hey, if you purchase that season, like if you had the pass to it, then you should absolutely be able to play that season again.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel like. If you didn't purchase that season, if you didn't own it, then no. But if you owned it, then you should be able to do whatever. My dog the entire time, but she was in
I
my
don't
lap
know.
going nuts.
I don't know.
Oh, and my dogs are fighting. No.
But yeah, the two new seasons or new DLC is gonna be interesting. I'm not saying anything, but like we already saying about Sabaton, so
Okay, so now they have before they mentioned like the different DLCs that were coming out, the new expansions, which was going to be Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and Lightfall. Now they mentioned the last one, which is going to be called the Final Shape in this like saga, the Light Darkness saga is what they're calling it. So, I mean, I think that's what I called it, but still, like the Final Shape is going to be the name of the last one. Saga, and they'll move on to another one.
move on to the next saga.
And going, the hello there, Lemon. Welcome to the Badcast. Talk about some Destiny 2 stuff right now. That was announced recently at Gamescom. Yeah, okay. The new season that literally just dropped right after the thing ended. Uh, so for new stuff that was added. Let's see. Basically just about, hey, the Queen came back, the Queen of Awoken. Okay, cool.
Good for her.
Uh, new exotic stuff, weapons, which the season pass exotic. I haven't really used it yet, but according to you, it's broken as hell. So
Yeah, but
not
it's
the best of
because
ideas.
it's like it's like all like it has always been broken. Like if you ever get to see some weapon, it's always.
Last one was Witherhorde, and that was completely fucking broken.
But that's
I don't know
because
if they ever fixed it, but
I think they did, because if you hit someone, you couldn't. Basically, you were dead, no matter what. And it broke PvP apparently.
makes sense. I know they nerfed it at one point, but I don't know how much it was nerfed. Um,
I mean, I think a direct hit still kills you, but I think now you can escape the zone if you. Because that was the issue before. You couldn't barely. You didn't have time to escape the area of effect.
I play the game. It's just like charge up, straight beam, like a layer beam shoots out. The one is does that. That one's pretty bad because it's
Yeah,
overpowered.
we were playing Gambit, and someone literally had full health and full shield. I killed him in one shot.
Witherhorde used heavy ammo. I'm pretty sure this uses special ammo, so it's a special gun, and it does that. That should be like heavy ammo type of deal. It should use heavy ammo in that case. No,
Yeah, but no, Widowhood. I think. Oh no, Widowhood is also special. But it was a prime.
I
It's
thought
a
I thought it was heavy ammo.
primary weapon, like one of the primary.
Well,
Like
no, but you can have a heavy ammo as on a primary weapon.
you can. I've never had that.
Yeah, it's had before. Yeah, it just depends on what the gun is.
Okay.
Any weapon slot can have any kind of ammo. What?
What the heaviest was always had heavy ammo.
Well, yeah, usually heavies always have heavies, but I'm saying like I guess out of the first two, then a secondary weapon can have special or primary or heavy, and
I've never seen a
first can
primary
have
weapon
that.
or a secondary weapon have anything except special or primary.
I'm sure it can. But
Which
anyway,
also talk about
as
primary weapons with primary ammo now. You shoot forever, basically.
no, but you have because shooting forever would mean bottomless clip. It is not that. It is just infinite ammo, which means infinite stock. So, your clip will run out, but you don't need to pick up primary ammo anymore because that doesn't exist. It's just you shoot, keep going. And they had to nerf like certain big guns like Sweet Business, and I forget the other one's name, but it was like one of those like large magazine ones. So I think Sweet Business now shoots slower. Oh.
Thomas MacBook is also
I
infinite
still
ammo.
have my No Time to Explain, so I prefer it. I like that gun because again, it basically if you shoot enough, its perk is that it'll like another gun come from an alternate universe or whatever. So just like little rift opens up beside you and it shoots enemies too. So it's just like you have two guns at once.
Yay,
One of
two
them can actually
guns.
aim better than me. So that's good.
Wait, the gun can aim better than you?
Rift one can aim better than me because it usually always hits. It's like an aimbot in a way. It's like, oh, okay. But
Yeah. Well,
there's more to talk about here, so let's keep going with that. So yeah, the main thing that was added in the new season, the big thing, which is the reason why we are able to now play the game next week that we're hoping, crossplay has been added on all platforms. Beforehand, we were hearing that okay, cross play was probably coming, but we were hearing that Sony wasn't going to be a part of it because Sony's a jerk. It's like, hey, give us money and we'll let you have crossplay because that's their tactic now. So Bungie was like, fine. Like every other dev, probably.
no, I think players they would have lost anyways, either way. Like, even if they get money, they still lose it because people will just be like, okay, I'm still gonna just get PC version, which is free.
But I'm just saying that, like, when it comes to Destiny sales, sure, PlayStation would like be out on that one, but in general, like any game, crossplay costs like quite a bit of money. Developer to make a game crossplay. Okay, so got that. Again, the new season will have it'll go from which was August 24th, so the other day, to February 2nd. Also, apparently the DLC for Witch Queen is supposed to be February 22nd, 2022. So 2 to 2 to 2. Okay. There's something else coming out for that, but I guess we'll get to that later. But seriously though, come on, Bungie. You just had to be that tacky. Like, oh hey, it's all the same number. uh, for PC people, Battle Eye anti-cheat was added, which we know for a while because Bungie already had an anti-cheat, but they kind of sucked. So now they have Battle Eye, which I think is what EA uses. And it's like, okay, but all right.
Hey, at least they're not Activision that doesn't have an end shit.
I think they use easy anti-cheat.
No, they don't. They don't have an end shit. That's the issue.
PC, I think they have something. But
Yeah, they have trash apparently because apparently people still. 'Cause it's not stopping people to shit. That's the issue. What? Wait.
cheat ways top cheaters. The bypass, which is one of the problems about easy anti-cheat, is that that one is known to be easily exploitable. I don't really know too much about it, so maybe,
Yeah,
maybe not.
but
But I'm sure there's plenty of
Activision is
Battlefield
now
losers.
building the best anti-cheat ever. Yep, that's what I'm saying. They are building the best and shit ever. Why is my disk desktop audio looking like it's not responding to you? It's lagging or something? I don't know either.
Here's a few other things to mention. Apparently, in Witch Queen, which starting with all these new ones, so in Witch Queen, Void is going to be upgraded, so they're going to like overhaul Void subclass a little bit, like give it some extra stuff to go with, and then in the next two they'll do it again, like in Lightfall and Final Shape, they'll do the other two,
Huh?
like
What did
upgrade
you
them.
say again?
Said that in Witch Queen they are going to update Void subclass. They're going to upgrade it, like add more stuff to it.
Ooh, Void.
And the next two expansions are going to do the same thing with the other ones.
Yeah. Do they really need
Yeah.
to upgrade Hunter's Void? Do they though? I feel like Void is like the most
Hunter
broken
Void
one.
and Hunter Arc is just like insanely crazy, which maybe when they upgrade it, they'll take that, overpoweredness out. Maybe. Probably
You're
not.
funny. I
Okay.
mean, except with Warlock, like the Arc and the fucking Void is the most broken ones. I don't know with Titan which one is the most broken, but or do I? I have a Titan, but I don't use it.
Mine's like, I'm
I
pretty sure he's a starter
think I'm
character.
using my Titan playing with the Matt, so
I think mine's a starter. I don't think I've ever used him. Let's see. That though, we mentioned it before, the like new thing that'll be coming out, which includes Galahorn. But the Bungie 30th anniversary pack, which is $25 for pre-order, or if you're going to add both I forgot what actually Witch Queen is by itself, but it's like $100 altogether for freaking, or like 100 some dollars altogether for the bundle of Witch Queen 30th, when by itself, or like
yeah. But
pay them
doesn't you
both
get
separately, it's
like
95.
the Ultimate Edition also? Like
Oh, you
the
get.
because I think you get everything that all the other editions get, so that could be make the reason
But
more like yeah, it
right.
makes sense because
That I know that you get in the 30th anniversary package, you get an exotic weapon, a new dungeon, 4 emotes, an exotic ship and sparrow, 2 universal ornament sets, and a unique helmet ornament. All right. I believe the exotic weapon is Galahorn. That I guess that's what that is. Um, the new dungeon is going to be in the Cosmodrome Loot Cave, which for anybody who's played the first Destiny, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They had an incredible loot cave, which is like at the time they had like an issue with the looting system where if you had enough spawn and it would like start dropping more and more engrams, and it got to the point where so many enemies came out of that cave at the same time, it was just like a floor of nothing but engrams. It was like insanely stacked engrams all the time. Like, you can look it up of the loot cave, but it's like it was insanely crazy, and it got to the point where it got popular enough, obviously. So Bungie got rid of it, and it became actually a lore thing because it was like so big. Literally a lore thing because the loot cave is now a dungeon. It's gonna be a dungeon. Okay, you
yeah.
just
And what
go
I
in there.
understood was that to get Galahorn, you need to do the dungeon.
If you complete the dungeon, you get Galahorn. Uh, oh, they're getting a nerf Galahorn, a nerf gun, but it's the Galahorn. Like, okay, cool, neat. Let's see. Did I just mention like new merchant figures? Which okay, so cool for like all their games, not just Destiny, for all the games they've ever made, except for Halo, because I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can, because I mean, obviously, they don't own it. It's all Microsoft now.
Mm.
Okay. And then with Witch Queen and what stuff are going to be added at that point, they're going to get 2 new dungeons. They're going to remaster one of the Destiny 1 raids, which I don't know which one yet. They're going to be starting to rotate dungeons, so any dungeon, I think in general, it's just the 2 dungeons. I don't really sure what they're talking about, but I think it's like maybe any dungeon in general they're going to start rotating. Allow you to go to these like every while. Okay. Listening.
Yeah. Woo!
Happy enough to play the game now because now I'm not stuck to a damn 30 FPS PS4 because fuck that.
No, you.
Right. It's annoying.
Me.
Yeah, okay, it's fine on a normal TV. That's the thing. Like you don't it's not really all because like, oh hey, I have a huge frame rate monitor, so it's like I'm used to seeing bigger frames. It's like 30 FPS actually does not look good on this monitor. Like it really doesn't. If I was to play it on a TV, I probably wouldn't notice it as badly. But it looks really weird on this monitor playing with 30. I
I
don't know
think it's
why.
because the bigger it is, the more frames.
I mean, it's just 27 and like a 27 inch, and my TV's 32, so it doesn't really count. But I don't know because, but as though, yeah, best I play where whichever I want to now because I can either do Xbox, which is 60, and then PC 120.
Mm.
Play on PC, get all the smoothness,
Good for you,
and then you
Pepad.
can play on PS4. You pleb.
Yeah.
Tried telling you at one point, like in the future, why not just go ahead and I mean, if they keep adding expansions and DLCs to Game Pass, just at this point move to Xbox so you don't ever have to
No,
pay for
because then I
anything
have to
Destiny again.
fucking switch cable because right now my Xbox is not plugged in.
Hey, I'm saying at that point when you get to Destiny, whenever we play it, but I'm saying still in general that would save you money to the point where you could buy something else with it rather than having to spend it on Destiny 2 when you could just get it free on the other console.
I mean, I'm still playing PlayStation more anyways, and
Okay, but I'm
again,
saying
if I wanna
you
go,
could buy
I get
another
listen,
PlayStation
listen,
game.
listen, listen. I play more PlayStation. I don't want to have to switch because I don't have an HDMI switch right now. It's still gonna always be easy for me to just play PlayStation instead of switching cables to play the Xbox because it's not plugged in.
That whenever you get to Halo anyway.
Yeah, but that's like I don't enjoy playing Halo. I don't sit down and play it in my free time like you do. So I don't have something to switch it to. I don't have anything on the Xbox that I don't have on the PlayStation basically. Is it like maybe Forza, but I don't play Forza at the moment, and
More stuff's being added to Game Pass anyway, so
yeah.
it's the Xbox though. I guess we can probably start moving on to Xbox Gamescom.
I didn't watch the Gamescom for Xbox because I don't.
Watch anything?
I watched the Gamescom.
So we even talked about like, hey, let's do the Xbox thing. All right. And it's like, oh, let's talk.
Yeah,
We
because
do Destiny 2. All right. You didn't do either.
I mean, again, Xbox. The only two things that is really big that comes out that is on Xbox is like Forza and Halo.
More in it. That was plenty. Yeah, I guess,
Yeah,
but I mean, there's still more in it.
yeah,
I mean,
maybe
hell, you
more.
had more Dying Light 2 stuff in it. Like Dying Light 2 stuff got announced there.
Yeah, I mean, Dying Light.
There's a game.
Yeah, I didn't even
Okay.
watch the PlayStation games come. So you know, which probably would. I mean, that's what had probably interested me more. But the issue is that I forgot about the Xbox One.
With Dying Light 2, have like a different grappling hook that they show. Like it's not like, the spring locked grappling hook. It's like you know, a rope with a hook at the end. Like that kind of deal. Like you have that, and you can wrap around like vines and swing on it.
Ooh, like swinging.
Out of a window, and then like hooked it around a vine, and then uh swung right back in on the lower floor into another window. That's really cool. So
Yeah.
like more stuff to do with that.
Until it's like a fucking big guy with a big fucking hammer in there, and you're like, I'm just gonna go back up.
It'd be funny if they took the Destiny 2 approach where it's like, or I think it was a Taken King approach actually. With Destiny 1, took that approach. Was like, oh, hey, I'm just gonna go to this other floor, and then here's this one guy who could just like push you back. It's like, nope, push you right off the platform. Like, bye bye.
Or you have the Red War with when he just throws you off the fucking ship in the beginning.
This is Sparta, just like, but okay. I mean, you
Oh,
got
I need
that.
to
You also
watch
have
300 again. What's a long time?
never seen it, but let's see. Then you also have what's like a parachute or a glider in a sense, like a paraglider. So basically, you can jump and then like
Like the one.
equip it
Is
and
it like
go
the
down.
one from like Just Cause, like one of those?
So I never played Just Cause. I have them all, but I haven't played them.
Ay, ay,
Every
ay.
Just Cause, I just haven't played them because I collect series and then I don't play because I'm like, do I want to play it on my own time or do I want to stream it? And the problem is, I don't have the time to stream things a lot these days. So it's like, yeah, no. It's like I'm just sitting here in a freaking uh purgatory of or limbo, just like what to do. Do I play it or do I stream it? I don't know.
Yeah, and then you have the whole fucking 2000 games collection, and then you sit there like, should I play it? Nah.
Play that? No. Should I play it? No. Maybe I
And then
can
you have
stream that? No.
like the 1000 games you have just finished because either you have streamed it and you don't want to finish it because you've streamed it.
It's like I started streaming and I'm like, well, if I already started, I should finish streaming it. I shouldn't just continue it. I think I've done that with one game, and I don't remember what game it was now, but I've done that with one game recently, where it's like I started streaming it and I'm like, fuck it, I don't care, I want to play it. I just kept playing.
Yeah.
With some games, like let's say Last of Us Part 2, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, hey, really just, play that. Part 3. Should really just play that. Just get to the point. There's more games where I'm just getting to the point where I don't even care about streaming anymore. Like I just want to play
Boom.
these damn things.
I mean, I feel like you are more of like you're not that much of a serious guy. Like I don't feel like that's the best kind of approach for your type of gaming. You're more of the ones that like maybe do like one-offs or like tiny series, like say
Yeah, I've been doing more series lately, and honestly, I have a huge like segment, or not segment. Like, I have a whole chart of different series and all the games in them, like
yeah,
all that I own, and I'm like, there's plenty there to do that I could stream if I wanted to.
yeah, but you also like you prefer more like say like Ocarina of Time randomizer, which is not like it's not gonna be a long series. It's just like it could be like a
Not like a perpetual series. It's like you
yeah,
can stop whenever you want, but I mean you can keep going for quite a long time because it's like never ending. That's the whole point of randomizing. You just keep going forever.
yeah. So it's like a random like
Imagine if I actually kept going with Nuzlocke, which I do plan on starting that up soon again. But
yeah.
point is
Don't
like
get
imagine if I
fucking
kept doing that.
stuck at the
Which
fucking.
which the poll won, by the way. The poll winning was of me just re-randomizing
Yeah, I feel like that's still the better. Just don't fuck it up this time, okay?
I mean really the one way to not fuck it up was not to randomize it, just play vanilla. Like play vanilla Nuzlocke. Because at that point you can actually you know study on who's what, like gym leaders and what their Pokemon are, different types to like study up on to make sure you do not fail it, which you can't just go on like nah, who cares about that. It's like ton of people every pro Nuzlocke is literally like this. Every single one. It's like they literally go nuts on like, what does this person have? What kind of Pokemon do I need on my team to beat these people? And randomizer, it's like you don't fucking know.
Yeah. I feel like it depends how much you randomize. If you randomize everything, that's one thing. But if you still keep the encounters correctly, you can. Because I think that's the.
Is that I
I would
think the way I
say
randomize it is that I keep the same types, so it's like it's basically like they can still learn the exact same moves that they would normally, but the problem is that I randomize the strength. So one thing that didn't do too much can now do a crap ton.
yeah.
Like for example, what was it like? I think it was pound or something, and for it was like there's like a psychic ability that I had on my Abra where it had 100 strength, so it would always like one or two shot everything. Why I couldn't get a single damn Pokemon ever in the beginning because my Abra was my starter and he killed everyone. Which I didn't know this, but you do not have to damage a Pokemon if they're low enough. So if it's like anything up to level 5, I think,
Yeah,
you can just throw a
basically.
Pokeball and it'll catch it. Like it
Yeah.
will catch if you just throw the Pokeball. So I'm like, I didn't know that. If I knew that, I would have caught plenty.
Yeah,
But
they are a
I'm
little
stupid.
bit stupid when they teach you this stuff. Like, hey, you need to throw. You need to
One thing
damage.
I didn't know about is the duplicates clause, where if you run into a Pokemon you've already ran into on another route, you can skip it and try to roll again. Like, try to get another Pokemon in that same route. Like, you do not need to get the duplicate. Like, that doesn't have to be your one
Like,
for the
so
route
if you
guide. You can
already
just skip it.
have, say, a Pidgey and you run into a Pidgey in the next road, it doesn't count as an encounter. You just destroy it and go
You
on
just
with
like
life.
kill it or run away or whatever and go on. There's two ways for the duplicates clause. Is either you can kill it and move on, or you can catch it and just put it in this PC and don't use it. It's the two things you can do, or catch and release. So it doesn't matter. Just do whatever the hell you
Why
want. But it's
would
like,
you catch it in that case? To be honest, like,
well, I mean, maybe it is. You can still catch. I think the other thing is like with the duplicates clause is either you can also with a catching. It's just like, hey, you can just catch it and that's your guy. Like you can ignore it, which is kind of what I was doing. Which is like you can just catch it and don't don't even care about the clause. But in the future, I want to care about it and I'm gonna be like, hey, if I run into the second Pokemon I already have captured, then no
nah,
worries,
you
I will go
hate
again.
it.
But move on. Um, yeah, that's way off topic. But I mean, there was gonna be that, and honestly, I was also thinking like, Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke would be a kind of nice thing to do, but that's next time.
I
If I
like
fail this
Kyogre.
time, which I mean, it'd be fine if I failed. That's the thing. If I would have failed the Nuzlocke and my entire team died, and I ran out of Pokemon completely, I would have been fine. I'd be like, okay, fine, whatever, just move on to another one. But no, I screwed myself over because I didn't beat like my one Pokemon who could learn Cut died, and no other one I had, and I've basically went to every single route already that I could get to, and it's like I couldn't learn Cut. I was also thinking about something which I don't know if it's allowed. I don't know if you're allowed to have a dead Pokemon learn TM or learn like basically learn ability like that. I don't know if that's
No, because
allowed.
aren't you meant to like
I
put
think it's
it?
one of the rules that you can add. You can still use that ability to do that. You just cannot use it in battle.
To
You are allowed to use it as like cut a tree or whatever the other ones are, but like cut, surf, like you can use that kind of stuff, but you cannot use it in battle.
yeah, I'm just thinking about you fucking riding a dead fucking like Guarados in the water.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
that'd be one thing. But that's that. But yeah, we're kind of way off topic because we're talking about Light too on that one. So just gonna head way back to that. Um, things I basically knew about it, just to finish that off, is going to have like a sort of ground pound type of deal, I guess, where it's like it does like an AOE effect, which I realized what I just said, area of effect, but you get my point. Just basically hits that and like knock like enemies around you down. You can do stuff like that. There are twice as many parkour moves as the first game, so okay. And we've known since the last time that 20 years since the first game, so okay. And that comes out December 7th, which I think we already knew.
My birthday!
And then Microsoft Flight Simulator, again a Top Gun DLC. Okay. And the next world I don't care, personally. Don't die. Try not. The next world update, which basically world updates are just like they focus on areas or focus on countries, and they just like make it like 3D models better. Like they add way more detail to it. So the next one is going to be Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. So.
Woo!
Okay. What are these? All right, so lightning round of this. I don't know what the hell any of these games are. So this is like all games that come day one on Game Pass apparently. Archville, Next Space Rebels, Midnight Flight Express, Dodgeball Academia, Bushiden, Flynn, Sonic
What?
Crimson,
My
Unpacking, hold on, Signalis, Unsighted, Chinatown Detective Agency. Those are all games that are coming to Game Pass on day one.
Did they do My One Academia?
Academia.
What the fuck?
It's a dodgeball game. I guess it's like
No
a fighting game, but with
shit.
dodgeballs.
You don't say.
Huh?
Oh, did you remember them? This like Flash game. It was based on the movie. That was like dodgeball. What you done? You played the good stuff.
I played tons of Flash games back in the day. I played plenty of Newgrounds, but I don't remember that one specifically you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that one was like it was based on the movie Dodgeball.
Okay.
Which is a good movie.
Hmm. For the next game, Into the Pit, which is thing I know about it. First of all, October 19th. Funnily enough, that's my dog's birthday, so there's another deal. Whatever. To
Don't
me, I
forget
felt like it was like a
and Ryan Reynolds' birthday is somewhere near there too.
his birthday is my birthday.
I know, that's why I say Ryan Reynolds' birthday's around there too.
Not how he is, guys. He's just like he doesn't care about my birthday at all. He's just like, oh hey, Ryan Reynolds' birthday is soon after that. Like, yeah, it is. Didn't start this until I told him that. He didn't know what his birthday was. I'm like, hey, me and him share the same birthday. Like, oh, okay. And then from then on, he's like, hey,
I'm just
what
making
about
fun of
Reynolds'
him.
birthday? I'm like, God damn it. Like, okay, yes, I get it. We have someone who's way better, more popular, more handsome, all that shit.
Yeah, handsome
Anyway,
is a.
that's debatable for some people. I mean, come on, you can't say you don't watch Deadpool and think of some. Am I saying I think of that? No, for your sake. Anyway, but Into the Pit, like I said, kind of feels like a chaotic. They say it's a rogue like shooter, but like to me, it's like more of a chaotic bit too, because it feels a lot like Doom. Like you're always like moving around constantly, shooting enemies and everything, like moving around. Like you don't stand still. Like you feel like if you stand still, you're gonna die. Like you just keep moving. That's kind of the feel I get out of it. All right. Another thing, sometime this holiday, which is not explained when, you can finally play Series X or Series S games on the original Xbox One, literally on any Xbox One device, and literally also the OG using cloud gaming.
Woo!
Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to older Xbox devices, which you can then play Series X games on.
Can I play it on 360? That would be like, no, I'm not
Imagine they
plugged
came out
in.
with a. Well, actually, you probably could because I don't know if 360 input to the browser can work like controller input. I don't think they had that available. But saying if you could, then yeah, because you can use the browser on the 360. That works.
So I can finally play Microsoft Flight Simulator without needing to buy an Xbox Series X.
Well, you can already do that through like the browser on your computer,
Yeah, but I
but
feel like the input like at the moment is
because it's cloud gaming, so no matter
yeah.
what, you're getting the same on everything. You can play it on your phone. You play on the phone browser soon enough on an Xbox One. Yeah. I don't really care much for Wasteland 3. Whatever new DLC is coming out, cool. I have that, but whatever. DK2 is getting update with a new map, which has 6 bases and new weapons. Okay.
What game?
Did VK2.
Oh,
We haven't played in a while.
yeah, it's like
Let's think a lot, but I'm trying to rush through these because it's like we have tons of shit to talk about. And we are almost reaching our 2 hour mark.
yeah,
Let's
one
see.
and a half.
Plenty of time. Right. I don't exactly know when we started. I just know it was like after
Yeah,
one.
I have the time in the bottom of the thing, so I say it all the time.
I do too, but I can't read it. It's too small of
Okay,
numbers.
I'm gonna say this real quick about this. When I just Streamlabs, that one was so much better. Situated, it was like in the top right, and you could see it the whole time, so it was like easy to see where it was. This one I've had difficult to find, and it was so tiny. Like,
Find some way to put it somewhere. Like maybe I can have my second monitor because I have wallpaper engine, so I might be able to like fix like live stats on it, like show how long you've been streaming and all this other stuff. Okay, back to the crazy bits. There's this game that it's called Stray Blade, which is like a hack and slash. Gotta admit, it actually looks really cool. Um, those games that depending on victories that you have in the game, the story can change. So if you like lose something, it may change something in the story. You probably get a wolf partner. Okay. Uh, the combat seems kind of Souls-like, if you ask me, because like it looks sort of close to how that looks.
so basically like dodge and hit, basically. Ooh, that could be problematic.
Uh,
It could be
uh,
easier gameplay though, like it's not a Dark Souls stuff, but like
pretty close to like how Fallen Order was.
I would say this, like
Like it was
Ghost of
Souls-like, but
Tsushima and yeah, Fallen Order, like maybe not 100%, like you don't need to like worry too much, but if you play on higher difficulties, it could be, ooh, yeah, because that's a good kind of game. Like that is what like they should do. They should have two types of, if they're gonna do like a dodge game, like dodge and hit game, I would say call it now. It's like if you're a player that doesn't really like Dark Souls like me and Nexus doesn't, you should have like an easy difficulty. That's like, yeah, they still gonna maybe do tons of damage, but it's not like they're gonna one hit you. Unless you maybe meet a boss that happens, you happen to be under level 2, but that's your own fault, okay?
when it comes out sometime 2022, so okay,
Yeah.
sometime next year, which is gonna be a lot of games.
I feel like most Gamescom games that was announced is basically coming out somewhere next year, but like, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna skip over that game because nobody gives a damn. Sorry, Crusader Kings 3 fans, don't give a damn. Uh, I don't care. I mean, honestly, I don't know what the hell those games are about. Okay, so
I think I have one of them on Steam.
2 or 3. I don't remember which one. I have one of them because like it came in a bundle, but
I think I
I
got
don't play it.
mine for free on Humble Bundle once.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think Kings 3 was free on Humble. Next game, which I am perfectly okay to talk about because I'm happy about that. I like it, and I've been playing it. Psychonauts 2, which I will not mention anything story-wise because you need to play the first one. It's on Game Pass for one on both PC and Xbox, so you can get it either way. Or if you want to spend the money, you can spend $2. Actually, it's no, yeah, no. I think the first game is actually $1 right now, just $1 for the first game, and for the VR game, which you don't have a headset, so that doesn't matter for you. Two games or two games, $2. No, $3 in total for the first two games in the storyline. Do it. Play Psychonauts. It's a good platformer game. A very good platformer game with a lot of wacky shit going on.
No. Okay, let's continue.
Do it. Anyway, the Psychonauts 2. The main character, which we know for a while, was named as Rasputin, or Raz, as he's mainly called. I know that his last name was Aquato. Like it showed it in the trailer, like his name was Rasputin Aquato. I'm like, that's a
it's just like
name.
they like took a Russian name and like a Spanish name.
Like it's like Aquato, isn't like aqua
Uh,
or aquatic, just with an O on the end. As I want to go and spoil this little bit story wise or lore wise in the series. Raz's family, the Quado family, is cursed to die in water. So in game, if you like touch water, this like liquid hand will come out and try to grab you. And if you are in water too long, it's usually if you in the first game, if you touch the water twice, then the hand will grab you and suck you underwater. Try to drown you. So that's like obviously the bad thing.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna skip over some stuff. Let's see. I end up to make him a friggin' intern. It's like, oh, in the first game, it's like, oh, hey, finally, a psychonaut, cool. The second game's like, you're just an intern. Okay. That kind of killed the momentum. Let's see. The game is mainly 60 FPS. I think for
You
most stuff.
think?
I say I think because I think it's that way for original Xbox, but I don't know because this was also saying how the game is on Series X as well, which I don't know how the game played. Oh no. No. Okay, yeah. The game can be 60 or 120, which which one I pick. But
Yeah, unless you have issues with your computer when you try to play it.
yeah, that's why I played on my console because I tried playing it on PC and for some reason OBS was stuttering like a living hell, so I had to stop. And then I got it installed on my Xbox. And then my little sister woke up and came in here and started bugging me like crazy. So I'm like, I guess I'm not streaming my first impressions. I guess I'm just gonna play the game and say fuck it, which I did. And now I'm playing the game. So fuck it. I wasn't gonna stream the whole game anyway. I was only gonna stream the first like one time in the beginning to show how I liked the game and what I thought about it as I was going through the beginning. That's all I was gonna do. Oh well, don't get that shit. Anyway, let's see. In the last game, or actually no, the way the storyline works is that it picks up after the VR game, but in reality, it's like you don't need to the VR game too much because not like a ton of story there. So this picks up directly after the first one. It's like there's no time skip. Uh, and the way the game works is like you go into people's minds and everything. There's like these little enemies which are usually called sensors, which is just like they try to like you don't belong there, so they're trying to take you out. And they added new ones, which is regret, doubt, enabler, and bad mood. Regret basically has like a weight that they drop on you. Doubt, forgot what doubts do. Uh, hmm. Oh, doubts, they're like this like sludge form, I think. Bad moods shoot like lasers at you, I think. I haven't run into enabler yet. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that. All I can say is that it's like the same art style in a way, and it looks really nice, like all smoothed out and looks good. I just hate people who's like, oh, I don't want to buy a game that like looks like it's on the PS3 or whatever. I'm like, dude, it's called a fucking art style. What that means.
Probably the
It's
same
not
people that
top of
watching
the line
JoJo.
graphics because it's on Series X or PS5, like top of the line graphics. Like, no. Also, is it on PS5? I think it's Xbox only. Because
I think
Double
it's
Fine is going by Xbox now.
Xbox. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But also, can we just point out those who complain a lot about graphics are also probably watch like these trash shows that looks like they were made in a fuck that looks like, I don't know, like JoJo.
Footage went through a goddamn blender.
Okay, for people that like JoJo, fuck you. The art style looks terrible.
What you're talking about?
JoJo, you know the
Oh. Oh, wait, the JoJo art style is terrible, is what you said?
yeah, I don't like it
Yeah,
at
yeah, I
all.
don't like it either. I don't like it either. I mean, okay, I'll say this. I feel like I might need to watch it only for two reasons. One, I, I have a few friends who like reference it all the damn time, and I'm like, I'm getting kind of tired of being out of the references on this one. Two, I've seen plenty of memes to the point where I'm like, probably funny enough to where I'd probably enjoy it, at least the first few parts, or at least maybe the first or second part. I'll probably enjoy it.
But I've understood also they changed like the main character like 15 times.
And I might check it out. Obviously, I have to watch subbed because that's a show you cannot watch dubbed on. Which I don't even know if it has a dub, but I will not watch it. I will watch sub because that's where all the memes come from anyway. So it's like I have to. So I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like its art style either. I don't like JoJo's art style. It's like
Like,
too weird. It's like they tried to go either realistic or they went like what I forget what the art style is called, but it's like a famous artist that like has that kind of art style,
but yeah.
their type of look. It's like I don't like it. It's good as like a portrait, as like a painting, but as a show and animation, it's like, yeah, like
No.
everyone looks. It's like they freaking subscribe to the ugly bastard tag.
Also, same with Borderlands. I
Don't look
don't
that
like
up.
Borderlands graphics.
Well, I guess I mean it's not too
I
bad.
feel like it's not like I get it's meant to be comedic, but it feels like it's like a little bit too much like a comic book
That's the
emotion.
point. It's like kind of
Yeah,
close to a comic book or cartoonish
yeah,
like type of look.
yeah. I get that
Mm.
part, but it's like it feels like it doesn't work when you're moving. That's the issue. Like,
Also, I feel bad for cosplayers because God, all the makeup they had to put on in order to get that exact look. Damn. Which I guess for them is really fun, but it's like, as an outsider view, it's like that must suck having to do all of that work just to cosplay as that person.
cosplay in general, like, so much work.
Anyone does it, but at the same time, I'm sure it's very fun for them, so keep going. But I'm like,
There's
I
like
couldn't.
few characters I wanna like if I was to go to convention and cosplay. There's just a few characters, but the issue is I also wanted. I
It's like hard. I'm obviously not gonna make one myself. If I was to try to commission somebody, it's like that's plenty of money as it is. And three,
yeah
it's like, eh, it's too much effort for me.
yeah, and
No
that's like
thanks.
you could most and the stuff people put down into this, you could buy a new computer for that stuff. That's how much money people can pay just to fix
A lot of
everything.
stuff like that. I mean, hell, speaking of like in that realm of area, if you go like say VTubers for example, have you seen how much a VTuber model and like I guess a rig is what you would say, how much that costs
No.
to get the illustration, someone to make that, you have to get someone to create, I guess, like the avatar of it or something like that. It's like illustration, then like the rigging, and then there's also the tracking that somebody had, or I guess that's part of rigging. Um, Stuff like that. It's like a bunch of different steps involved, which can lead up to maybe if you want like a really good one, close to $1,000 or more, fifteen
Yeah.
hundred or so. It's like it's a lot of money to get just that. Not to mention, if you want like true face tracking, you need like a really good like tracking system. Like you have a couple of options. There's like a Connect you can use, like a one of the newer Connects that no one uses anymore because it's like they were trash, but it's good for facial move or tracking. And there's also a new iPhone. Literally, the newer iPhones have like really good tracking in it. That's like you can use that.
Yeah.
Just to get the equipment and also to do that. So, expensive hobbies, guys. How you do?
And then you have us, but we also have expensive hobbies in technically also like hobbies are expensive in the long run.
I got like this, I went kind of crazy in a lot of stuff. I mean, hell, under new Xbox, PC upgrade, mic upgrade, mixer, the stream deck. I got a VR headset, which is the Quest 2, but still a VR headset. I buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you still don't get back past the free average viewers.
Stream that much, and that's the real problem. Is because I need to build the community to have the following. Like you have to have a following if you want to do as much hiatuses as I do, or like how much low amount of streaming I do, even when I'm not having one. It's like you have to at least have a following, so they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Not had that ever, because eventually people leave, they don't come back.
In my case, it's more that I
Actually used to have that 3 people before, or at least 2 people average. Like I would have at least 2 people average always come in every stream. I have not seen them in years.
would watch stream too, but the issue is like you stream when I have started going to bed. Like before, I could like this is you start like an hour later than you like. Sometimes you actually started at 12, so I could now then you just okay, I can watch this, put on the stream, and just go sleep. But now I go to bed at like 6 a.m. my time, and you start at like 1 a.m. your time, which is 7 for me.
Because of unforeseen
Yeah.
circumstances, which is usually my sister comes in here and she will not go away. Like the only I have to sit here and wait until she falls asleep. All I can do. It's very annoying. Um, I guess we'll keep going on because that was a tangent and a half. Um, the only thing left in the Xbox showcase was worth mentioning Forza Horizon 5. So
Isn't it 6?
that's a great.
Isn't Forza Horizon 6? I didn't pay
Forza
attention.
Horizon 4 that was already out. Now it's 5. So we go that November 9th is when it comes out. Obviously, it's gonna on Game Pass. Obviously. Then there's like different. I actually named all, or I put down all of the names of the vehicles that they were showing off. So Mercedes AMG 1, a 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, a 2020 Corvette Stingray, and a Porsche 911 Desert Flyer.
911. That's such a classic racing game car.
Like it was the tutorial mission that they were showing off. So you had like it was a plane and cars were being dropped off from the plane midair. So you'd have a car like in the hangar and or different cars in the hangar and it would just like back off, yeah, and just like fall out and have like a parachute attached to it. Like a heavy duty parachute for cars. So it's like it would just like parachute down onto the track. Okay, that's cool. So it showed like driving down a volcano, uh driving in a desert, driving in a jungle, driving down a rocky coast. It's like the coastline. I think that's all they showed off.
There's not gonna be any snow now, right? Because I think.
It was gonna be in there. There was
Oh.
snow on the volcano. It's funny because there was snow on the mountain for the volcano. It was a volcano, but it's like the mountain that just like erupted recently. So it's like there's lava there, but there's also snow on the mountain. So it's like these two don't go together.
Are you sure you did just tune into like Minecraft or something? I just imagine me like in Minecraft say like desert, frozen taiga. Hmm. Like that. That's one of the best thing about Minecraft. It's like the random cut
I
of.
said it wrong, but that's a reference to something, and it's just like I always it really works here. It's like you have like a hot place over here and a frozen place here. It's like yeah, there must be some pretty like wet areas in between there.
Well, yeah.
It didn't exactly say, but it seems like you can actually join races from. Oh no, it was that you might be able to join a race from above. So like from a plane, we drop down and like go straight into a race. So we got
Okay,
that.
that's gonna feel like amazing. Like just drop off and just drive away.
So we got that. Environmental hazards are going to be a thing. The only one they showed off was a sandstorm. So when they were in the desert, an actual full-blown sandstorm was in there, and you could drive straight through it. That's what they did. They drove straight through a sandstorm. That
Oh
was really cool.
God, the vision.
Yeah, it was very hard to see. It was like just pure like a sand color. So it was like tan, like dark tan. So it's like it was very dark.
I feel like
Or
that's
not
the.
dark. It's like very hard to see.
I
It's
feel
like
like
you gotta
that's
drive
gonna
straight
be
through
the
it.
most difficult one is the sandstorm.
Yeah, I don't know what other hazards it has, but at the very least, it showed a sandstorm. There's also gonna be wildlife. So there were flamingos in there that were around. So I was like, okay.
Can you hit them?
I don't know. They always flew off when they were playing. And the way they closed it off was that was the last event, or it was just Forza Horizon 5, and they left an hour or two after, I think, where it was just them talking about it with devs about like Forza Horizon 5, like, oh hey, they're just gonna play a bit more of the game and talk about it. And they also had like a new controller, like limited edition controller for it that I'm like, I don't give a crap about because honestly it looks like it just got spray painted.
Doesn't all the
But that I feel
controllers
like it
does
looks
that?
like crap. I mean like it looks like they just uh like what is it? Like they put their hands in paint and then they just like slapped it all over it. That's what it looks like, or a tie-dye controller. So I'm not saying that's bad. It's more so it's like it's just not my thing.
Hmm.
It's whatever. Speaking of limited edition controllers, I know this was announced otherwise, but I really want that Halo Elite controller.
No,
That's the thing. That's the thing. They're making a Halo Infinite Elite controller.
not
So
allowed.
it's like, huh, that'd be cool. I just want the Halo limited controller. It doesn't have to be the Elite controller, just the one that comes with the Xbox. They're making a limited edition Halo Infinite Xbox. It's already out of stock for one, and it is
Yeah, and also it's
also getting scalped like hell.
yeah, I know. Was it used?
I love the design of it, which I mean, honestly, I'll say this. I don't really need that. I'll say if I ever did get it, which it's $50 more than a normal Xbox Series X, so it's 550. But if I were to ever get that, I would literally just give my current one to my brother. It's like, hey, here you go. Here's the Series X for you. Take it. Like or I'll give my old one. Just be like, you take this, I'll get the cool looking one. But I mean, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't buy the new one. All I want's a controller from it because it looks really good. Black and gray with like gold accent.
Hmm.
That'd be nice. I'd like that. Problem is, it's not being sold separately. Like, God, and it might be whenever it releases, but it's like, come on, I just want it. I want that controller, like a green and orange one for the Elite one. It's like, I mean, sure, cool, but What the other controller?
It's probably cheaper the other controller too. Like the
90, because it's that's usually their price. It's usually like 80. What is it? 70 or 80 for limited controllers is their like MSRP. Stock, freaking scalpers will be like, here's this $200 controller for a limited controller. No elite, just normal. And then the elites over there like $500. Scalpers just now had to show their damn faces since last year. It's always been a thing, but no one's ever like really called out their shit until last year when we started the damn silicon shortage. We have like graphics cards and everything going super expensive. Consoles being rare as hell. Like that one guy who literally like bought like a wall of PS5s and was like, "Hey, anybody want to buy these?" Like, the scum of the earth, buddy.
it would make sense if they should sell it so much like, more expensive, but if they sold it like $50 more only, that would
I don't
like
think anyone would care at that. Honestly, I'll say this. I would be happy if somebody bought a wall of them and then sold them for MSRP again. So it's like they bought it all to then give out to people for a normal price. Like if someone ever did that, it's like I bought all these so I could safely give it to other people correctly.
yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that would be a lot better. Which granted, sure, you could just say like, oh, that person's just gonna buy it from that guy and then go back and scalp it again. It's like, fine, that's a risk, but it's like still, it's there to safely do rather than be like, hey, I have all these, want to pay $1,000 for this PS5 here for the digital version. Like, so the lower one is getting scalped that high.
Also, I don't understand why is the good fucking one more expensive? Like if they sold the physical version more or less, I feel like that would have been better. Like because more people actually want physical copies anyways of the game, even if people don't. There's certain games I can say like, oh, I don't want to have the physical copy of this. I can just buy it. But say it's like PlayStation exclusives maybe, and it's like, oh, this game looks good. I want it. Oh, you have a steel case, and it looks good. I want it. I want the game. Then I'd rather buy that. I don't want to just buy. I don't want to pay twice for one game just because I want the like collector's version and then the um, the game itself to be able to play.
And as a, I don't know if I should say proud or like I would say someone who constantly buys things from limited run games. You can imagine, yeah, I'm a heavy encourager of physical games because games that are normally digital only, like the actual devs and publishers didn't make it normally available for physical. Like they didn't even try that. And then here come these guys like enabling them to also do that.
I don't want the Phasmophobia version, like
Phobia
yeah,
physical.
or
I
not
don't know how
not.
that would work. I mean, what? I
I
mean,
wouldn't care
they
about
need
actually
to.
the disc in that case. I just want some sort of collection from it, like
Yes, I mean, the way I'd see that is like they need to find their ground more because again, they're still working on that. I mean, they have what is it? They still have plenty to go
yeah,
through, and also fix up the models for the ghosts because that's still the same as before. They still have the same ones.
yeah. But should we finish off the Xbox thing now with your
We're already done with
favorites?
Xbox Line.
No, we
We can
have
go
one
on to
thing left of
we can go on
Xbox.
to the other one. Yeah, we're done with Xbox. That's done.
Well, there is one thing left from Xbox that we've not talked about. Okay,
Halo
no, but it's still part of Xbox in
okay,
reality.
but that wasn't there.
No, but we can
It's not
finish.
okay, I guess, but I'm saying like we can still go on with it, but
But I think it was
there wasn't
because
anything to say. There's nothing to say.
uh,
Just cinematic trailer. That's all it was. Done
yeah,
deal.
but I want to talk about because I'm not gonna lie, that trailer looked great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like normally, like I I don't like Halo. Like I probably wouldn't give a fuck about the story or the multiplayer too much. But like in this case, it was like I kind of wanna like play the multiplayer just to see like to degree. Yeah, which I I still kind of have an issue with. I don't know why, but when it comes to a multiplayer game that is free to play, I kind of have like this defense against because
Their reasoning is because campaign will be there to take the brunt of the cost.
yeah,
Literally, the campaign is going to be $60, while the multiplayer will be free. The reason why campaign is costing so much is because you're paying not just for the first campaign in Infinite, you're paying for every. I think you're actually no. I don't know how that works actually, because I'm gonna say they might actually make you pay for the future games as well. It's a freaking 10-year live service game. Shit ton of campaigns that are going to be added into Infinite.
maybe you get like like say the first like 4 or 5 DLCs for free that comes.
Going to be that much, but I don't know. For a live service game at that point, and then just the multiplayer is its own different deal.
Yeah, but you should.
That's how Microsoft gets their money is that they have you pay for the campaign.
Yeah, and probably cosmetics because
You can probably buy some cosmetics, and I know for sure you could buy. Well, I don't even know if a battle pass is going to be a battle
it.
pass is going to be like you pay for it, or if it's going to be like you earn the currency for it. Because according to the preview, the flight that was before that came out before, it was in-game currency they used to buy the battle pass. So if they keep that up, that means that you just earn enough currency by playing the game, and then you spend that on the battle pass. Because that's the kind of currency that you would earn from playing. Because that's what they said. They don't want a microtransaction filled game. They just want to like you earn what you get.
Yeah, they also can say like certain cosmetic, like say like a limited like cosmetic that is like not part of the. That would make sense that you can buy. But yeah, the trailer like I'm not gonna lie, I started watching it and I was like, this is so good.
As a trailer, yeah, it's good, but at the same time, it falls within the trope, and I'm not really interested. That's the thing. If most trailers have this certain trope, and this one is the damn trope of, hey, it shows this character who ends up becoming this other character. Like it becomes like a bigger person in the story, or in this case, probably not even that big in the story. We don't know. It's just like it's this main commander of some sort in like to the Spartans, like training new ones. That's it.
Also, can we just
Like, okay,
point out
cool.
how like she almost gets crushed like 3 times by a fucking pod? Like
Yeah,
like
which I thought was kind of fun enough. It's like, hey, you get like a ODST ODST pods dropping down with Spartans in, which that's a nice touch. I like
also
that.
and then of course the goddamn shield. And I'm like, God damn it, they cheating already. Like
Every Spartan has shields. That's an obvious.
yeah.
But
But I
there's
kinda
not really
liked the
much to talk
trailer
about with
because it
that.
was kind of neat, like mostly I liked it was such
I mean, that's the thing though. Halo has always been good for its marketing in the sense that the stuff that they make for it is always good quality. It's never been bad quality of the stuff they make for it. So it's always been like this amazing thing. Because if you look up any of the Halo 3 trailers back in the day, which there's a ton of them, which are extremely good. There's a bunch of like live action ones that are also really damn good. Uh, I think some of Reach did some pretty great ones. So it's like all those very good marketing in the sense of like getting you hyped for it. The only one that failed was Halo 5 because it was uh all the marketing material was extremely good, hyped everybody up, and then they did a 180 and included none of that. Nothing from marketing was in the game.
Well, then it's the same with Free for a while, and then they added like
No, 3 was
no,
all
no, it
free.
was 2 that removed content. Was it? We remember?
2 ended content or whatever, removed content.
Yeah.
It's because it was a rushed game. I mean, obviously they had 16 months to develop it. They had all this work, and then Microsoft's like, no, I don't like that. They scrapped the whole thing, forced Bungie to scrap it, and said to work on, keep going. And they had 16 months for their deadline, and that's all they could do. So the game was very rushed and quite buggy.
Yeah. And then you
Month
have
and
the
or a
Jackal
year and 4
snipers
months,
of Halo 2.
which is part of that. Jackal snipers, legendary difficulty being broken, uh, horrible balancing. The fact that you can actually jump kind of high, that is actually a bug. You're not supposed to be able to jump that high in Halo 2. A bug. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of bugs there. So it's like, nope, can't do that.
I don't understand why they cut so much stuff. Like, was it ever revealed why Microsoft just decided to be like, yeah,
I don't know. But I actually don't know why they cut it all. It's like they just did. There's like, no, we don't like the way this story went, so do it again. Like, you had to throw away all this stuff because it involved like that storyline they were going for. And like, nah, we don't need that. Because they want to make the next killer app in the sense like, oh hey, it's like Halo 1 was such a huge thing. We need to make a bigger game, like a more amazing game, which is like, you did, like to some people, story wise and stuff like that, and multiplayer, because it was the first actual like online multiplayer game on a console. So it's like,
was the first
or a real
only
one.
local?
Yeah, the first one was just local. That's because Xbox Live wasn't invented then.
Yeah, makes sense.
Halo 2 is when Xbox Live was invented, and that's like the real first uh online, I guess, like deal. Because I mean, sure, online was the thing beforehand with like Dreamcast or not Dreamcast, maybe Dreamcast. I think Saturn had a few of it. GameCube had an online thing. PS2 did, but it's like
I,
they
th-
didn't have that.
I don't
Like
think they
that was
had.
not their
I
online.
think live ad. I think the reason live started existing was because PlayStation 2 made their
I don't think PlayStation 2 really had anything though. I mean, they did, but it's like they didn't really have like an online multiplayer to go nuts with.
yeah, no, they didn't have their own game, but like it was like a lot of games.
I'm saying,
The issue was,
I'm just saying, I don't think they had an online multiplayer in general. Like, not just like they didn't have like a specific game to work for, like their killer app. Like, I just don't think they did.
no, I mean back then their most exclusive games were like Final Fantasy.
So, I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, there's plenty on PlayStation 2 that's great. I mean, honestly, you didn't even need online multiplayer for a PlayStation 2. There's so many damn good games on it. So, you didn't really need it.
Yeah,
Freaking, at that point, that was
I
the best
think
console to get.
like
PS2.
yeah, it
Xbox
is also
360, but
the
PS2.
second most sold console.
Couldn't beat it.
Yeah, Switch. That's
Which,
why I
it's
said
because
second
Switch.
best sold
No.
console.
I think that even got beat. I think it's now third, but I don't know what else.
Do you think the PS5 or Xbox Series actually beat it? Because I don't. No, then I don't think it could be beaten.
So you
Yeah.
can talk about whatever. I guess
Hmm.
we'll start with what was first there when I at least watched it was the one you want to talk about, Midnight Suns.
Yeah, that one was looking so fun. The trailer. Sadly, I kind of wanted some sort of gameplay from it, but
An announcement trailer, so not really going to.
yeah.
What I feel like it's gonna be, I mean, at the very least, it's looking to be close to like Marvel Ultimate Alliance back in the day. So
What
it's
I
looking
understood,
to
what
me, that's
I've
what I'm
read about
imagining
it,
this
it's
looks
meant to
like.
be like XCOM. I think it's also the devs of the XCOM. I don't know.
You have partially lost me on that one because I do not give a damn for a lot of games like that.
Yeah, but
strategic.
here's the thing. It says turn-based. The issue is I don't know if it's like XCOM, because I think I played it. I'm not gonna like it. But if it's like a more because it says that what I read a little bit of gameplay on Wikipedia. I don't know if it's correct 100%, but it says it's gonna be like a free. You have a team. You're gonna make your own character, which is called the Hunter. Very unoriginal name. Not gonna lie.
Well,
And then you have like, and then you're gonna build like you're gonna have like different heroes you're gonna be able to play, which is like Ghost Rider, Blaze, not Blade, Blade. Wow, we said to talk about Ghost Rider earlier.
it's like same person. Not in this case, but still.
No, it's Daniel Ketch, which you don't know who the fuck it is that much
I
about.
don't know because I don't know that character. I don't know much of the Ghost Rider characters. I just know names and I don't know much of the stories. The only stories I know of is Johnny Blaze and Robbie Reyes. It's the only two I know.
Yeah,
Which I thought it was because if you look at the actual design of like the Ghost Rider, not the head, not the skull shape in a sense, but like what he was wearing, that's closer to Robbie Reyes's like
style.
what he wore whenever he became Ghost Rider. It's like that is the like his style. So I'm like, that's who I thought it was because I didn't read any. I don't go into articles or anything reading about games or anything. I don't do that.
I
I
didn't.
don't care for it, or
I've
I don't.
I
Or
think I read that actually in on Twitter comments, and people were complaining
I have
about it.
ignored all Gamescom in general on there. I
Yeah,
don't even see it. Like I don't see it anywhere. When I do see it, I skip right past it. So like I don't care if it's something I've already watched. I don't want to read it. I don't want to.
I just read it
It's
because
too much. I don't really. If it's a
yeah,
game that I'm like really excited for,
also
sure. But other than that, I don't care.
people complained that Iron Man was in it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, as I said, people complained that Iron Man was part of the
Oh,
Midnight Suns.
what? Because that guy's rare. But I meant, yeah, okay. There's a Marvel person who's like really damn rare that is never gonna get added.
Who?
Anyway, I forget their name at the time, but
People says
sounded
Moon
close.
Knight. Like they,
It's Marvel.
yeah, apparently he's part of the Midnight Suns. Like he's part of it, but they don't.
It's a but yeah, Moonlight. Yeah,
But
correct.
apparently it's like he's like so rare because no one knows about it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
No one knows about him, and apparently he's literally the. I'm pretty sure they said that he's the Batman of Marvel, like the true Batman of Marvel.
So
It's
he's
like
basically one of the anti-heroes type of guys. Like he's not really a hero, but he's also like
enough. Which people will probably say they'd be like, no, that's Iron Man, because like they're
no,
owning rich
no,
people with
because
stuff. Like,
the
no, no.
difference is Iron Man is actual hero. He's actually focused on saving people, while Batman doesn't really care about saving people too much.
Incorrect.
Well, I mean, his not main focus is not to save people. He does it because I feel like it's kind of a selfish reason he does it. Well, it's probably Tony too, but
It is like it is that he is trying to save people. It's like he has his own. It's the point that he's more of a vigilante type instead of a hero. To the
yeah,
point to where it's like he will be the type that will uh literally beat up criminals in a sense, like even brutally in some cases. But it's like he will not. Obviously, it is. It's like, oh hey, I will put this person in a hospital for the rest of their life, but I will not kill them. I
like
will make
yeah,
them. I will I'm not gonna say that word because that's kind of offensive these days. But it's like they'll make it to where they are. I guess you can say brain dead, or even that feels like a bad word to say, or like a bad thing to say. I don't. What you get my point? Like I don't know how you would say that without sounding offensive these days, but every word is offensive, which is like okay. I'm trying not to be, but I don't know. So it's
but
like
yeah,
okay, fine.
I feel
That
like
we'll just say that. So Batman will do that but he will not kill them. It's like, okay, so it's like, kill them or send them to a fate worse than death. Which is it?
like and also that is have
They
you
may recover,
noticed
but sometimes
that
they may not.
most masked heroes is actually no heroes? They're just like they would do anything because no one knows who they are. I think the only mass hero that's actually a hero is like Spider-Man.
But Batman is just like, he's the type that'll beat the crap out of people, and
Yeah, and
so
no
he's
one
not
is just
really, and he
questioning like,
does care. We're saying like he does care and wants to save people. That's his whole shtick. Is that whatever? His whole point is that the feeling that he had when his parents died, he wants no one else to ever feel that, or like feel that type of pain. So obviously, he tries to save everyone he can. Like that's the whole point of his story.
yeah, by beating up probably like a dad or something to some innocent kid.
Uh,
Confused, but like we don't know anything. Like oh, this guy's a thug. Let's beat him up. Like you,
yeah, that's the thing. Like that guy was on a payroll, and while it was not for the grandest of employers, he was trying to get some money, and it was all he could make.
yeah,
If he was an ex-con, it's like, hey, no job will hire an ex-con,
yeah, and
but here's
he has
this,
a
here's
family
this
he needs to
group,
feed. Like, but now he's
and
in the hospital. Like, did you think about that? Now he's not gonna maybe get paid because.
part is I don't know how Gotham Insurance is, but pretty sure it's not the greatest.
So like,
Unless Bruce Wayne, Wayne Industries owns the freaking insurance, freaking Wayne Insurance over here. Like I don't know.
and the issue is he can't
Oh,
say
it's an
no
orphanage,
to the
so
guy either if he has insurance because if he says no, knowing who the guy is, then he needs to explain why he can't give insurance, and that would just he's just stuck in a circle of saving the bad guys at the same time beating them up at that point. So I don't know how it is with dental care there either. Like, are the employers giving him dental care? Does he have any insurance from his employer?
it doesn't have to be like an actual insurance company. It could just be like, hey, we'll give you an insurance,
Yeah, so
something like that.
he may beat up an uninsured guy that doesn't be able to pay his hospital bills.
And likely that guy does not have a death insurance. So if you somehow end up doing something that ends up in him getting killed, like you don't, it's an indirect kill in a sense. Like he didn't kill him, but he put him in a position to be killed.
Yeah.
Then especially, everyone who fails to catch Batman or is like fails to do this one thing, it's like, oh, they're gonna get killed. That family's not getting paid.
Oh my god, this is just like we're making Batman more bad than he is. We are becoming the
We can't
Joker.
just we should literally have one episode where we just talk about like flipping things on their head of like, hey, you have this like vigilante slash hero person, like, why are they not that? Why are they the bad guys?
Yeah, like Daredevil makes like okay. Let's go continue with this part. Like Daredevil, like that one, he's definitely no hero. He doesn't really give a fuck who he hurt or kill as long as he gets what he wants. Like he saves the innocent, but if you're a bad guy, he doesn't give a fuck about you. He's literally like he's the anti-hero. Batman is meant to be the hero, but he's basically doing the same
Going off of
thing.
the If we're going off the Netflix adaptation of them, then yeah. I mean, hell, and freaking in the Defenders, the whole deal was like, oh hey, all of these people are super bad. Never trust a single one of them. And it's like, oh hey, I will beat the crap out of all of them. And that kid, I mean, he doesn't say that, but I'm saying like it's probably what he would do. And it's like there are probably some people there, of that group that is probably not that bad. One of which you find out in another show, but I won't spoil that.
I need to watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage season 1, season 2 and 3. Like season 3 of Jessica Jones or 4. I don't know how many seasons there's anymore.
Weird, like order. So weird.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
I
I
think
don't
it's
even
meant
know.
like I think it's Daredevil 1. I think it's like a
Daredevil 1, Daredevil 2.
Luke Cage. I think, or is it Jessica
No,
Jones?
it's Jessica Jones.
Luke
Then
Cage,
Luke Cage,
Iron Fist.
Fist 1.
Is it Defenders
Then
then?
Jessica Jones 2.
Is it Jessica Jones 2 or yeah, Jessica Jones 2 and then Defenders. Luke Cage
Luke
2.
Luke Cage 2.
No,
Then
Daredevil
Iron Fist
3.
2.
No, Daredevil 3.
Different.
Yeah, that
Daredevil,
finished in Daredevil 3.
Luke Cage after Daredevil 3. Maybe.
I don't know. See, the order is so fucked. Also, did you know that they apparently is part of the MCU? Also, isn't Murdoch apparent?
There we are.
Isn't Murdoch appearing in one of the movies?
Uh, I think he's casted for No Way Home.
Oh my god, I gotta love that. Like,
Okay, it doesn't show that that is his cast. The actor's there, which you should expect. If he's the actor,
it's
he's
Matt
got to be there.
Murdock.
It's Matt Murdock. And then again, it technically also does not mean that he's casted, because for a while there, Andrew Garfield was casted too, but he got took off. So it
Isn't
could
it?
just be a fan casting. Actually just submit a casting to something like say IMDb, it will be there. You can submit whatever the hell you want to, and it will be there.
But so isn't
And then
Andrew
mods can take it
Garfield
down.
appearing in the movie or no?
I think only Tobey Maguire will be in it.
Okay, and of course Octo.
It sucks because like I'd like all of them to be there because apparently Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2 is supposed to be in there.
Is it a reason I wonder if it was planned it was meant to be, but then something came up that he couldn't maybe appear in the movie or he didn't get paid enough.
Garfield's reason was, I think that his reason for not wanting to do it.
I mean, I don't know if if it's payment. I feel like it's payment or he's too busy, like he's maybe doing something
Granted,
else.
you know, this was like obviously it was just like, hey, Sony making Marvel movies, so it's like, you know, you get plenty of money, but at the same time, probably not enough. And then you have the
Yeah.
MCU over here, which is like probably paying people plenty,
Yeah, I mean,
except
if you're
for
part of the MCU
Scarlett Johansson.
storyline, you're gonna get paid more than Sony is gonna pay you because if Sony doesn't pay you enough for the movie itself, and Marvel is gonna push in some money also. I feel like because it's part of the.
Scarlett Johansson, since she sued Disney.
What did they do?
They it's because when the new Black Widow movie came out, it's that her contract had it set to where she got money from the theatrical release. So that's how she was getting her money's worth. But they also use like the whatever it is, the premiere or whatever it's called on Disney, where you had to pay the $30 to watch it. So it's like she didn't get that. She didn't get any of that money from Disney Plus. She only got the money from the
Yeah, she
movies
should
or
get it
from the
because that's
theaters.
technically also
So she had
theatrical.
like she said it just like, you know, I think somewhere it's like, you know, she said that it's not that she wanted to, it's just that financially she kind of has to sue them. She has to do it to like try to get that money.
Oh yeah,
Like
because
she
she's
earned the money because it's like she's
so
getting shown in two different
financially
areas.
ruined now because she didn't get
It's not
some
even the point. It's not even about being financially ruined. It's like legally, that's kind of what she has to do. It's like she kind of has to go for it because it's like she's getting screwed over literally for it.
Yeah, I can see that part because
Plus, there were actually more people, obviously, because you know, pandemic. There were more people who watched from Disney Plus than they did the theaters. So she's still missing out on a lot.
yeah, I can see. Yeah, I see that part. Like,
So what if she's not getting it? It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd be pissed too if you were
yeah, I can
in a
see the
movie
issue here
and
because
you
again,
weren't getting money from a platform.
here's what I believe. I would say this: whatever you say, if you Premiere Access is a theatrical release, I don't care what you say, even if it's a streaming service, it's still a theatrical way. Is it home? It may because yeah, but it's still like you can watch it at home, but you still need to pay to watch it. So it's like yeah, like I think it's even cheaper to go to the theater to watch the goddamn movie.
The premium to stream it, I guess, or just like a license to stream it for a tad bit. Like that's all you get. 'Cause, I
Yeah,
mean, that's all it does. Like you pay $30 and you can, at that point, watch it however many times you want until it gets taken down.
yeah. Also, hi,
In that case, let's go on.
Quishy. It's going well. We're talking about well, we were talking about anti-heroes. Now we talk about how Scarlett Johansson sued Well, we were talking about anti-heroes then we talked about Spider-Man a little bit because of Daredevil, and then we talked about Scarlett Johansson suing Disney. Cause she
We're originally talking about Gamescom, but the problem is he keeps
we got too far
tangent
sidetracked
things.
about
You
Midnight
keep
Suns.
throwing tangents in here. I keep trying to lead us back, and you just keep throwing more tangents.
Hey, that's how
I guess we're
this
gonna.
works.
Yeah, it is how it works. So I'm gonna go
But
and
yeah,
roll it back here.
to Midnight Suns.
So yeah, so Midnight Suns. I have no really else to say about it. Honestly, all I can say is that the trailer used an Inner Sandman cover, which okay, that's cool. I'm not being sarcastic here. Like, all right, that's kind of cool. All right,
What did you say it
uh,
was called?
Sandman, Metallica song,
Uh,
the cover.
yeah. I I still like Doctor Strange. Were they fighting or were they trying to save someone? Like I don't know that
We're trying to
fucking
like summon like an entombed being or something.
yeah,
I don't know. It's like
but it
somebody,
felt
and they
like they
like
were
to fight somebody else,
fighting.
like fight their mother, which that's the Enchantress.
Hmm,
Actually, yeah, huh. Then again, it's Midnight Suns. I don't know a damn thing about any of them. So who knows? I don't know shit about Marvel shit. Right? No, Enchantress is fucking DC. What the hell am I talking about? I don't care. Okay? I don't know anything. All right? I like comics, but I'll be honest, I prefer the DC comics. I don't really read a lot of Marvel. The only Marvel I would read is Spider-Man. There's nothing else that would even interest me slightly.
yeah.
It's supposed to be like a Blade Night Stalker skin, which I guess is just like, type of Blade skin, I guess, which somebody here says they haven't watched any of the Blade movies. I'm like, need to do that.
Yeah. We still also have to finish Star Wars.
Mm. I also noted down in a lot of these what platforms they're releasing on, so I guess I'll go through that real
Midnight Suns
quick.
is on PlayStation 4.
Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5, Switch, and Steam.
I mean, Steam kind of feels like it's obvious at this time, like unless it's like
Well, I mentioned Steam specifically because one game it's an Epic exclusive.
ah,
The
but yeah.
That's the next game I would be talking about. But yeah, because I mean, I
What's
say
the next
Steam
game
in the sense
again?
like you have Steam. The next game would be the Saints Row reboot, which I'm like, okay,
Ooh.
I've actually been wanting us to play the Saints Row games also because we you have Saints Row 2, which
Have you,
recently got online multiplayer again or online co-op. So I say recently, like a year or two ago. But anyway, you got Saints Row 2, then Saints Row 3, the four, the fourth
the
game,
remastered is free on Epic.
which I mean I have it on PC anyway. Like I've had it for a while. Anyway, you got that. The reason why it's free on Epic is because Saints Row reboot. Um, yeah, now they're rebooting it, rebooting the whole story, which probably good call because where the hell else were you gonna go? I mean, hell, you went to fucking. All right, you've had. I don't know what 2 is about. I think it's just like being a local gang. 3 was about being like a giant gang. It's like it's like a part of companies or whatever. I don't
I
know.
think
It's
I
just
played
like have their own
3.
enterprise. And then the fourth game is about being the president of the world or something. Like not even president of the United States, just president of the world. And you go into space and all this shit, like fight aliens. Go into
Yeah,
freaking the Matrix.
like Saints Row, like the main reason it's such a good game is because it's so dumb. Like,
The first 2 games, I think, basically was just like a GTA clone. It was like, just they were trying to copy that GTA style. And then the third game became its like really own thing.
yeah, Uh,
It kind of has a
I think
Western
it's
style in a way.
yeah, and what I understood is like it's meant to be like a predecessor to the first game. Like it's meant to be like a prequel to everything. No, well, we will see what happens.
And that's the whole point of calling it a reboot. You don't say a reboot and then be like, hey, this is a prequel to this game. Like or to the story. That's not how a reboot works. Okay, that's not a reboot, that's a prequel.
Yeah, but like
You
people,
got a spiritual reboot where it's like it could be in a series, but it like goes back to its roots or something like that, so it changes it up a bit. Like how Resident Evil 7, I would consider a spiritual reboot. Started it basically went back to the horror aspect rather than action shooter that 4, 5, and 6 were.
well, 4 was just like hunt a lady until she until like hunt down a lady, save her, try to escape, save the lady again, try to escape again, then try to save her for the 500th time, and then
Brother. And then you have 6, which was a clusterfuck of a mess that had like you fight the end boss 7 times. Your boss 7 times in that one story.
7 times.
Literally the first damn boss. Like, I mean, okay, the end boss of like the Leon story. I mean, there's like, let's see, one, two, three, four, five or six times you have to face it because he keeps coming back. It's like
Yeah,
the thing is
also
that
that
he
like
like becomes
6
this
has
one
like a
beast monster, and
fucking
then he becomes
boss
another
that
thing, and they move him.
like I feel like every character had a boss that came back.
In Ada's story, main boss, I'm pretty sure. Well, she has 2 main bosses. 2 of them. I won't say the other one because spoiler. I don't
I've
care.
already played it. I
I'm
don't
talking about you. I'm talking
remember.
about general for people. But I mean, you got that, and then you got the
Also, I
boss of
I
Leon's
kind of
story.
like Ada's like co-op though, because you like she's the only character that actually is solo, while everyone else has like a companion.
You
So
don't need no companion. She can
yeah,
do shit all by herself.
until the last boss, then everyone is there trying to fuck it over. Is it?
I've only beaten the Leon campaign. I've not played a single other second
But yeah,
of Resident Evil 6. Not because I haven't gone around to it, because I didn't want to. Because honestly, that was as far as I could take on Resident Evil 6. Because it's like it was broken up to the point, but it was like a while ago, so it's like I didn't care too much. Nowadays I care quite a bit that it's broken as hell. But at the time it's like, it's whatever. And uh that's the only story that actually was kind of nice in comparison for me. It's like that is like more of the closer to like it's trying to be horror, but it's action and shooter. It's whatever.
yeah.
And then the other stories is like, nope, back to it. Chris's is Resident Evil 5. Uh Ada, I don't even know. I guess it's basically like her Resident
Ada
Evil
is the
4
only
stuff.
like character that doesn't have her own game, is it?
Well, she has her own DLC in Resident Evil 4. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of what that her story is in 6. Like it's the same thing there, kind of. And Jake's is just a power fantasy, I guess. Like, oh hey, he's the super powered guy, so whatever.
Eh,
Anyway,
eh.
but yeah, back to what we were on about reboots. Yeah, so that is coming Saints Row reboot coming out February 25th of next year for Xbox One, the Series XS, PS4, PS5, and Epic as an Epic exclusive. I guess it just said Epic. It didn't say anything about Steam or anything, so I'm going to assume Epic exclusive. Okay, everybody be pissed about that. Next up, Horizon Forbidden West. Yep, which basically just like, oh hey, okay,
What did you
release
say?
date.
I don't know what you said. The game, I like.
Make sure that's the name of it before I start blurting things because I may have like that. If I could type.
Did you say Risen?
Forbidden one. Best. I can't talk.
Oh, Horizon. Also
That's a
coming on
big one.
PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4.
Yay.
It'll be February 18th of next year. That is the release date. That's really all they announced. And also they
Can we just
announced
point
that
that everything is coming in February? I'm not gonna do anything in February except actually I need to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, I
problem
talk
though,
about that.
how are we gonna afford all these? Like you're not gonna do everything in February. You just got to take every month. Every month after February, you're gonna be buying things from February. Like just constantly buying games from them.
I mean, Destiny I'm probably gonna buy before December anyway, so that one is fine. I think the Destiny
And
is
that
the
depends if
only.
it charges immediately. I mean, that's PlayStation, I guess, but for me, it wouldn't do that. It would just be like, oh hey, we'll
I mean,
we'll
I'm not gonna
charge you whenever it
buy
comes
the
out.
collector's edition, so I'm fine with that. But I feel like
Then
I'm.
that wouldn't charge you until it ships.
Mm, I
A lot
mean,
of
I
places
don't know
works that they
how
don't
Bungie
charge you until it
works.
ships. That's how Bungie works. They don't charge you until it ships
Yeah,
because come from Bungie. And yeah, no, I
but
don't
yeah,
think it's
and
done that yet.
then okay. So what's the next game? Is it also in February?
Before before we get to that, Horizon Zero Dawn on PS5 is getting a 60 FPS patch, whatever. That's the thing to mention. Uh, the next game is a shitty mobile game that no one gives a shit about. Marvel Future Revolution, whatever. We'll get past that. It apparently deals with multiverses. The Spider-Man is Yuri Lowenthal, same as the PS4 and PS5 game, so cool. Mobile game, don't care. Outlast Trials, another Outlast game is being made, which I still need to play more of Outlast 2.
I need to play the first
Need to play
one.
more of that.
My friend bought me Outlast, the first Outlast. I have Outlast 2 on the PlayStation. Got it for
I
free.
would
Like,
watch you play Outlast 1 because that is, oh boy, that's a fun one. I've gotten to the point to where I can actually speed run the beginning of that because I could do it all the way up to where you get to basically it's like the clinic, I guess. It's like there's like a doctor type of enemy. It's like I can't speed run that area. Like it's hard to get past him. And when I say speed run, I mean on the hardest difficulty. Like I
hmm.
can do it on the hardest and keep going all the way to him.
It's not a long game,
And I
is
can't do
it?
it.
Is it? It's not really that
If
long.
it's not too long, it's like a if you were to speed run it, it's like maybe
So for someone that's trying to explore a little bit also at the same
it
time
took
is
me 2 to 3 parts when I first played Outlast. It took me 2 to 3 parts, which is maybe like an hour or two per part. So for you, it would probably be yeah, like maybe 1 or 2 parts.
double your time because I'm more of a like.
With Outlast these days, it comes with Whistleblower, so I mean that's like another hour or two. You know, Whistleblower is half prequel, half interlude. It's a basically it starts off as a prequel and then it turns into takes place during the main game and then it goes to after the main game. So it's like it takes place all throughout.
So it's like so you should play. So when you play the first part, you play Whistleblower, and then
You play the first, you play the main game, and Whistleblower is another character, so you play as somebody else,
yeah.
and
So
it's
it
just like
wouldn't matter which
their
part
whole
you
story
did.
is throughout the first game.
But yeah, okay, and let's continue with the.
But Outlast Trials, so obviously main company's still there. I was gonna mention random things I noticed because they had like flashing images on screen. It was mainly just talking about stuff like how many people they need for everything and a lot of random stuff. Let's see. I said artichoke, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It's like a code phrase, I guess. Uh, maybe there's a bit of possibility of co-op. I don't think so, but it's like it showed in the trailer of like somebody jumping across like another person helping them. Like, I don't know if that's like it's just a buddy NPC or if that's actually like another person. So it's a possibility of co-op.
If it's
Uh,
co-op, we should play together.
game has countermeasures in the sense of throwables. Like you can grab some and throw it at an enemy, like stop them from like stun them and like run away. So it's not just run away like in the last two games or like the other games. So which, I mean I don't know much with that last two, but one a whistleblower you just ran. Like there was no fighting back in any case. And in this case it's just like, you probably stun them and run. That's the thing. And apparently hypnosis is a thing. Like it talked about a lot about hypnosis in there. So it's like I guess there's a lot of hypnotized people.
Oh.
That's the thing. Comes out next year. Doesn't have a date though.
Huh.
Okay. Now speed run a bit of other stuff. Sea of Thieves plus Borderlands ship. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is getting an April O'Neil character. Cool. There's the game 9 to 5, which to me looks a bit like Siege. It's coming to Steam only. So, okay. There's the Far Cry 6 thing, which to me the mouth animations looked like shit. Because it looked so terrible to me. I don't know. It's like they didn't put much detail in like with a mouth
Yeah,
in
I mean,
general. It
it's
looks like a flat
probably
mouth.
not, the animation is probably
Everything
gonna
else
be
is fine.
fake.
It's like, or maybe the model of the mouth, I guess, not the animation, but it's like the mouth on the inside looks like really anything was done to it. It's like it's just like kind of not as
I
good. I
mean,
mean, it's a
it's,
pre-release trailer, so obviously it could be worked on, but it's like
yeah.
it didn't seem like they put much detail with it. Like everything else, like plenty of detail. Mouth, no.
But, okay, let's, just gonna mention this. Far Cry. Premise. Crazy guy wants to take over an island. You crash into that island for some reason, and then you have to save it. And you're not even fucking part of it.
Or you were
No?
Far Cry 4. You were the whatever it was.
No, you
Shit.
went to. You
Your
randomly.
family was there in Far Cry 4. You're like your family was a
Yeah, I think
part
you
of
were
it. That's
meant to
why you did it all.
visit. Yeah, I think you were meant to visit.
Counts because your family's a part of this place, and like
Yeah, but
they're being
family,
affected
not
because of
him.
it.
The character was like,
Okay, sure, but I'm saying that still doesn't matter because to the character, that's all that mattered. The family was getting affected, so therefore to him, he was getting affected too because his family was. So
I
that's
don't
the
know.
whole point
I
there.
have not
Like
gone
he had a
through the
reason
whole.
to be there, while
Yeah, I
everyone else is
need
just like,
to.
huh, a savior. Cool.
Primal is
Don't say
also
shit.
a little bit like that. It was like.
I have Primal, I just have not played it.
It was okay. I think I played that game.
Far Cry's I've played is Blood Dragon, uh, some 4 because I played a co-op with some friends. Uh, Played the tutorial of 5 and got bored as shit because I thought it was stupid as hell. Like this has no fun to me. There's no fun here. It's just completely no. If a game does not hook me within like the first hour or so, I'm not interested. I will not play the game. Then New Dawn comes out, and I actually quite liked the beginning of that and was doing fine with it.
And again,
And I played co-op with friends.
and you just got stuck in a fuck. What is it with everyone used to get stuck in a fucking middle of a war and be like, I just wanted to visit family. What the fuck is this? Like,
I also noticed in Far Cry 6 there's a firework gun. So basically, what I mean by that is like, it's they had like the basket or box of fireworks and you can light those and like shoot it at people. I noticed that in the trailer. That's the only thing I wrote down for it. Like there were more guns, but it's the only thing I really paid attention to. I'm like, okay, that's neat.
I mean, more guns
Fireworks.
doesn't really make, like, I kind of get why, but like,
Far Cry has that kind of weird like thing with some guns. It's just like, oh hey, we have this thing. Like, 5, it was the shovel, like the shovel launcher. In this, it's freaking fireworks. Like, okay, that works.
well, yeah.
Yeah, we got that. Okay, I literally, I'm gonna read you what I put in my notes for this game. Jurassic World Evolution 2. I put in the notes, yeah, Swede can gush over this. I don't know.
It's just a Jurassic Evolution game. I don't,
Like,
I've
okay.
not seen the trailers about it, but if it's like the second one, yeah, I don't know. Because
For
the
what I
second
know
one,
is that it added things like you can customize more about the park, like the different storefronts in it, which I don't know if that's new or not because I've never played the first one.
I don't.
So
Yeah,
I
I
mean, you
think
could do
that's a little
that.
bit new,
There's more dinosaur breeds, which I don't know
which makes sense. Like,
exactly how many.
because in the first game, most breed like you have a lot of DLC packs for that. Get new breeds. I don't know. I don't remember. Here's the issue. Like after you basically completed every island, it doesn't have anything to do anymore, and I need to kind of get the DLCs to be able to continue the game.
Okay. Got to go more of a lightning round deal here. Uh, as for more games, UFL, which is a soccer game, so I don't give a shit. It's free to play though, but I don't give a shit. Uh, then Jumanji: The Curse Returns, supposed to be a mobile game, so I definitely don't give a shit. Uh, then there's Crossfire X, which I actually think looks pretty good. Seems pretty nice. That stuff like I just wrote these down as notes as active camo. You could swim, which is nice because there's still games out there that you can't swim for whatever reason you die. It seems like there's some type of
GTA
infected
3
type of
and
mod.
Vice
Well, no,
City.
that's old games. Like those are older games. I'm saying like new games that have come out recently where you still can't swim.
Splitgate.
We'll get to that in a minute because that's another trailer in the future. Uh, so we have maybe an infected type in there. It's PvP. It probably has mechs, and I don't know what they're called. I think they're called glaives, but it's like what look like sort of like sickles, or like just like not sights. Look like mini sights on like a sort of a chain or something, or at least mini sights. I think they're called claves, but I'm not too sure about that. But that's what it looked like that he had. I'm like, oh, that looks really nice. Anyway, King of Fighters 15. It's a fighting game. Okay, cool. Then a game called Sifu, which looked like it had Arkham fighting mechanics. Uh, there was a moment where like he had a knife and it looked like he stabbed the guy in the dick. Like I'm not kidding. It looked like he did that from the animation. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I don't know why you put that in your trailer. Which by the way, that comes out the same day as Witch Queen. So 22. Or in your case, 22. Anyway. Then a Demon Slayer game. Okay. Haven't watched the show. Uh called Replaced, which is like a full
Is it
puzzle
what
type
company is
story.
making Demon Slayer? What company is making the Demon Slayer game?
Don't know, probably Bandai.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if it's Bandai, it's gonna have like super great cutscene animations, and when it comes to the gameplay animations,
Depends on who makes it. So a lot of times, like maybe Okatron or I forget the other company, and then there's now Arxis that's been making a few things for them. So who knows?
but yeah, I mean, literally, like I have played so many Bandai Namco games. You can have the fucking amazing animations for the cutscene. Then you watch the the artwork for the fucking game, and it looks like they had like $50 left or something for the rest of the game.
New MMO that's made by Amazon Games. They had a trailer for that, which
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
not a fan. That does
saw
not seem
that.
like a bad. That does not seem like a bad game to try. Like I feel like that would actually be kind of fun. Uh, but I'll say this: that ad showed up I don't know how many fucking times we're trying to watch these Gamescom trailers. It was always New World or the new freaking Ghost of Tsushima freaking DLC. It was that over and over again, those two, back to back, constantly. I'm like, just let me watch the damn trailers. Just those two constantly. And it just would not show anything else. I'm like, and then when it got to New World, it's like, here's this ad for New World. I'm like, skip. And then it's like starting, I'm like, did it not skip? And I'm like, oh no, I'm watching the trailer for New World. That's great. The ad for the same thing I was watching.
GG.
Yes, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's an
Yeah,
MMO
I
that
watched it.
um,
I feel like I don't know. Issues if it's MMO. I don't like MMO so much, but that's because
it kind of depends. I mean, if it has like it's not like World of Warcraft MMO, like it's like that type of
if
deal. It's
it's
like
the
for the
issue
looks
is
of it, I don't know. For what I've seen, like there's plenty of good stuff there. Like it just seems like a decent game. You have you can probably sail on ships. That's cool. It's a third person over the shoulder. So
yeah.
actually got dates here. So open beta is September 9th to the 12th, and it'll be launching September 28th.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me because it's on Steam.
Probably try
I
that. Well,
can't
no, no, on Amazon Games.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I can't probably play it anyway.
I could probably try it. Let's see. Then let's see. The next game is Dolmen, which I don't know much of. It just looked like molded shadow zombies that crawl around. That's all I put down. And then it has swords and guns. Didn't have much to say about that one. Uh, see, that's comes out next year, which most of the platforms. Then Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which that actually looked kind of nice. I mean, it's like fires, like gangs shooting each other, I guess. And then you have this like teleporting mechanic where it's like you can it's like teleport onto a wall, run across it, maybe be like slightly invisible-ish, I guess. Something like that. I'll leave Splitgate for last. So then we have House of Ashes, which have you played any of the other have you played the other Dark Anthology games?
I have Man of
Amadon
Medan,
and Little Hope?
but I don't have Little Hope. Not played either yet.
Dawn, very fun. But they're both pretty fun. I mean, obviously it's best to play with two people because I mean you can
Yeah.
because that's how you like get most of the story done. Because you play by yourself, you're gonna be missing some things.
Didn't they add a mode now where you could play as a
Yeah, but
second
you
guy
just
after?
I think you just do that in general. But regardless, that requires that you play one story through and then you play it again one story through. And it's the exact same story just from another person's perspective. And in this case, if you play co-op, you get both of those at the same time. You just tell each other what happens. So it's like, oh hey, this just happened. Like, oh, okay, well this is happening for me. Like, yeah, that's it. Like it'd be a lot easier to play co-op. Yeah, so Memadon had on a ship. I'll just say like location based because I haven't played them, so we'll go with that. So on a ship, Little Hope was like in a town that also dealt with like the Salem witch trials, like kind of like that. It wasn't Salem, it was obviously Little Hope. So it's like, well, that. Then there's new one, House of Ashes.
Sounds like
Seems
you're
to be
gonna
in
be
like
in a
some type
house.
of. It's like in a cave, like a weird
What a
desert cave.
goddamn name! Like House of Ashes. You're gonna be in a cave.
What it looked like in the trailer. It looked like you were in like a desert cave or something, and like it was like dealt with military characters. So you had like three different forces. Uh, there was I remember what one of them was. It said on text on the screen. It mentioned one of them. Like there's like three of them. One I think was Russian. Uh, one was American, and I don't know what the third one was. But it's like you have two of them that were trying to be buddies together and everything. Like, okay, we'll just come together because like there's this demons is what they call them. Like they were demons going around and everything. It's like okay, so we'll work together face the demons. And then as usual, the American comes through. It's just like, hey, this is a Russian guy. I want to shoot him. Fucking American coming through. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
shoot him. Gonna shoot him in the fucking face. So you got that. It's basically an underground crypt in that sense. Comes out October 22nd of this year. So you know what? Maybe I'll actually play it as on a birthday stream. Who knows?
Ah, for
And
Reynolds, I get it.
the collector's edition is gives you a Pazuzu statue is what it's called. Like the demon name is called a Pazuzu, I guess. The point is like it gives you a freaking statue of the creature. Like that's what its collector's as. I think Evil bought the Little Hope collector's edition, so he'll probably get this.
Yeah, okay, continue on because we have like it's
Last thing,
2:51.
I think. Is that kind of the last thing? Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. We have two things we can talk about, but at the very least, we can at least say Splitgate. About that a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like PvP games, nor does Nexus, cause
I mentioned that earlier that I have a distaste for PvP.
but Splitgate literally like takes it to a new level.
It's seriously fun. Like, I don't understand what is it so different. It's like, okay, here's the thing. In the game, the whole point of Splitgate, people don't know. I mean, I've been playing this game since the alpha, and I have made videos in the past on the game. Well, you can find it on my channel if you were to look. But uh point of the game is that it's a quote from the devs is Halo 2 mechanics, but with portals from Portal. So that exact thing. So basically, you run around like no normal shooter, the Portal style of Halo, and with one gun that is literally called the battle rifle that looks just like a battle rifle from Halo. So we won't talk about that. And yeah, you can put portals on the wall and shoot through, go through. And if an enemy's portal is right there, you can't see through it. You can still go through it or you can shoot through it. Me, I don't really use portals. I just run around the map. And that looks like it's fun as hell.
Yeah, I've used the portals. I played a lot
I don't
of
use them often.
bot games, and I'm not gonna lie, like if you pick up the speed modifier, it's so fucking crazy fast. Like the highest is 2.5, and oh god, it feels like if you try to move and shoot someone, you need to fucking be really good at spinning because you don't have time to turn because you're moving so fast.
At some point, I'll have to try it. But for now, I'm like, I don't really have too much of a need to. I was already enjoying what we were doing. But, what was I mentioned something about it before. Yeah, what I was saying about like me not using portals too much. It's not mostly that I don't use them in general. It's like I don't go crazy with them. Like the point of like, oh hey, here's this portable service. I'm just gonna use it. Like, nah, I mean, I don't use it for any of that. I don't use it for a tactical advantage or anything. I just use it to like say if something's like far away, it's like the other side of the map or something. I'm like, I'll just go check out the other side of the map. I'll portal over to it. And that's it. That's all I'd use it for. Or if it's like a large like area, like there's one map where you're at like 2 or 3 story above you, there's like a portal surface, so it's just like I'll just portal up there and go across. No use I have for it. But definitely fun, because I mean you had different modes. I mean, the only ones I do know of that we played is you have team deathmatch, speaks for itself. SWAT, which is the Halo mode of obviously lowered health, no no minimap. So yeah, you just go for headshots and also melees if you want to. Uh, VIP, every team has a VIP member, and times you kill that VIP member, then all right, randomly selects. Uh, and then the one I played in the past, teabag confirmed, which is kill confirmed, but you crouch over it, they pick it up. All right, gimmick, funny. All right, I know. There are more
And then we
modes. It just
have
wasn't
most we've not played.
zombies too.
Yeah, but that's another different. You need to do a different mode. But there's team or domination, king of the hill, free for all, takedown, and showdown,
Ball.
and oddball. But
A thing from Halo. Hold basically hold a ball or in Halo's case a skull and just hold it for as long as you can. Like your team. Just like hold it as long as you can and go for that, which is like an objective game that's kind of nice back in the day. Oh, also capture the flag. It's another game mode.
Yeah, I think that was in the different other category. There's Team Rumble, which is like more customized game. Like it's like more for messing around kind of game mode. One is called Team Fiesta. There's also like a one that was like a big head shot snipers.
Is Team Fiesta the same as Halo, or it's just it gives you random weapons?
I don't know. I didn't read what it was.
That might be it though, because that's what it is in Halo. It's just whenever you spawn, every time if you die and you spawn, you get random weapons. You can
Ooh,
like
we should
spawn with a
play that.
sniper and a rocket launcher. That happens.
Yeah,
That's it. That's what it is.
that sounds fun.
It honestly really is. It can get very chaotic. Um,
And in Portals now, it's gonna be even more chaotic.
yeah, definitely. And what is it? Or when I played it in the alpha, there wasn't much otherwise than just hey, play the game. Because the point of the alpha was that the creators gave you a key. Like literally, the creators they had to be the one to give you the key, and you couldn't buy the game. You couldn't like sign up anywhere. It was more like go to their Discord server. Just kind of sign up because you just basically like, hey, I like a key, and you just like wait for it. Like it's like okay, there you go. Or they have giveaways on their Twitter, and you could just like win a giveaway. They would give it to you, DM you the key, and then you kept the game. And every time the servers would come online, that's when you'd get a play. They would turn it off after a few days. It's like you play it, then a bunch of the alpha
Yeah,
happened, then the
and
beta
then
came around.
basically what they want is you to send in a report like, hey, this is what I think, and this is what the issue was. This is where like this wall
It's just
had issues.
normal
Like,
testing, which I don't think I did that. I think I just played. I don't think I ever actually bug tested. But we had the alpha, then the beta, obviously, and then the game went completely good, free to play. And only recently did they start adding it into consoles.
and
So
crossplay,
play. So let's
which
play on everything because
me and Dex
game.
decided like we were gonna play or we did play Phasmophobia, but first we were like, oh, time to play. Want to play some split game before we play some Phasmophobia?
Like we mentioned we were kind of one. I mean, we were kind of like, okay, we'll go and do Splitgate. Like, okay, fine. And
Because I
because
gave you the
we
referral
figured out
code and
they gave the referral code, and I was just like, or before I was already installing it before you did that because I was just like, I mean, I'll go ahead and deal with this and just install it and be like, all right. And then of course, like, well, let's have crossplay. Might as well give it a go. Try it up again. And yeah, we have a referral code which gives you like referral bonuses. And you also have a battle pass. Then you also have drops, so like loot crates, which is just for cosmetics. But it's like,
yeah, but it was kind
eh,
of fun because I have a pink jetpack which looks so ugly on my green character I got. Like you could make it so weird.
old man something.
The
That's good.
handy, yeah, but sadly you need to buy
Mm.
the battle pass to
Yeah.
get it. But like, yeah, I would want
Great, because like it was just like it just looks like a armor type of guy. It's just like
a
it's
miner.
funny.
It looks like a
Like
miner, like
like a miner or a
yeah, and
armor. It's like you have everyone else in these like huge armor suits, like or these like Spartan like armor suits from Halo. It's like that's what they kind of look like with
then
different
you have
designs.
the
And then you have
miner.
this guy who just like out just like that. I'm like, oh, huh? I mean, there's this other person uh that's also in there, which I
Lucky, I
don't
think his name
really
is.
know.
And then you have the bard, which is like a girl in colorful clothes.
Yeah, you got out having like the handyman or whatever. It's like that just completely stood out. Like that'd be great to
But
have.
it was because like it looks so because if you so like the whole battle pass basically gives you stuff that fits to him as a character. Also like a jetpack that is like more that is meant to be like fitting for him. but you could decide to take like a random backpack you've gotten from a drop, and just that, and you could make it so dumb looking.
It went from just like, hey, just play this game. Like it just like seemed like okay, connect to people, play the game. There was no actual craziness to it. It was more like just pick your color. You maybe have a couple of armors you can choose from. You can unlock after level progression. That's kind of it. That's all it was back then. And now it's like full blown.
Like
I
Bell
don't know how you would.
Pass. Um,
Looks kind of Call of Duty esque with the way they kind of do that system and other stuff.
Also, remember, guys, it's season 0.
Season 0. That was the point. That was the trailer. That was part of Gamescom. They were starting this whole thing. So season 0 is it's more like a test, I guess.
I think it's still
See
like
what they could do.
I think it's going through the test phases of how it's meant to. They probably gonna to. They probably want to upgrade the servers first because I've gotten queued a lot, like 4 or 5 times
But a lot of
today.
these
I
free to
got
play
queued.
games, but a lot of these free to play games, I actually think I would perfectly be okay with like a if I ever got any, which is highly unlikely, a play with chat type of deal. Anyone who pops up, it's just like want to join in? Come on in. No, I'm not gonna be like, hey, grab a mic or whatever. Like, no, no, just join the game. No mics.
Yeah, that's so good with custom games because you can have a coded room.
Yeah, you could do like an actual custom game in the sense of like, having a full-on match with everybody. Which I would only do that if I had plenty of people. If it was just like maybe a few, like 2 or 3 people joined,
I
I'd just
think
be
you
like,
can have
you can
bots
join my
replacing
party.
people if someone is like.
But I'm saying in general, it's just like we could do that, or we could just do like 2 to 3 people and be like, okay, you can join, and we'll just like play an online match, play some different modes.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I mean, do stuff like that. And there's other games I did that as well. I would.
Yeah.
It's the last thing we can talk about, since it's kind of all we can mainly say with Splitgate. Do you want to mention anything with Faz? Like real quick. The fact that it's hard as fuck now.
Well, yeah, that. I also forgot you mentioned Ghost earlier, and I also never talked about that. Like what I thought about the DLC. It came out. The Ghost of Tsushima DLC. But first, I feel like we should play a little bit more and feel.
Is that they basically just like revamped it more now. Like ghosts act a bit different. They have actual new stuff. Like ghosts can either hum, sing, or do like a moaning thing instead of the
And that was
grunge sound
creepy as
effect.
fuck. Like just.
It's like they can either be like humming, singing. They can literally sing "Ring Around the Rosie."
That was the creepiest part. I was like, I wanna go
And
home.
instead of like instead of that, it's like actually like mm, like that type of moaning or something like that. It's like like a zombie-ish type
Yeah,
of moan. Like they can do that now,
I mean
so it
they.
sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I mean they have said they wanted to add personality to the ghosts.
They nailed it on the head. Especially the creep factor of fucking little kid ring around the rosy. Like shut up,
I wanna go
shut up.
home. I don't wanna be here
Yeah.
anymore.
Can we just send in the extermination team and just be like, figure it out, figure out what it is on your own. Like who needs a separate team for this? But
Yeah, that is the part I still don't fucking get.
have the ghost, whatever, like uh, like the smart team or whatever. That's like, oh hey, we'll figure out what the ghost is, leave, and then you have the ghost hunting team that comes in and will like exorcise the ghosts from the place.
Like,
Okay,
why not give the toys to the smart kids, anyways? Like,
I mean, bad enough you give us crucifixes, so I mean we could start and
we can stop how we can't just stop it from completely hunting, which probably just fill up the whole house with crucifixes would stop the ghost. I guess. But yeah,
the only thing, hold on, the only other thing I'll mention with it is that I mean you have that. Like I said, it's hard as hell now. mostly because like hunting, you can't always tell that it's hunting. Because either the flashlight, it's not flicking like it used to. It would just be like a little like glitching in a sense. And sometimes it won't do it as well, so you can't tell. Because that's what happened to me the first time when I was like, oh, this is just a ghost event. Took a picture of the ghost. Still following me. No, there's a hunt. Shit. Died. So
Yeah,
dealt with
this
that.
it's a little bit of itch. I don't know if it's bugged or if it's like it's meant to.
Might be according to Python, there might be a bug where the ghost will just know where you are because it seemed like they always came over to where we were. So
Oh
it's like,
yeah, because
okay,
I know ghosts are fast now, but I feel like
increase the
yeah.
acceleration or
Also, I
different
think
on it,
there's a
increase
bug
the
on, or I use a localization. I think it's more of a localization issue. Is that it? As I said, the ghost knows where they were, but they were on the bottom floor, and the ghost was on the top floor. And
that'd be
I don't know if it's pathing because I feel like
no, that come to the steps. The whole point is that we went down the steps and it got stuck there because it couldn't. Basically, we got to a point where it couldn't understand that we were down the stairs or to
yeah,
go down there to follow. It got stuck on the
like
stairs
the
thinking, oh no, you're
localization
right
for
here.
it
No, wait,
was
no, you're
like
right here.
they were still on the top floor for the ghost, but in reality they were
Yeah,
under.
that's pathing. Like
Yeah.
that'd be pathing. Like it thinks that it's just like still there, but no, we're not. So yeah, I
I
didn't
just
report that
stared at the
exactly.
ghost, just walk like, but like literally, like the wall that cuts the stash from the room that what it was in. Yeah, basically, look, when it come to like the edge of that wall, it was like, nah, I don't think I can go here. I'm gonna go back.
That the ghost realm is now a lot creepier because before it was light blue. Now it is gray, and there are cobwebs everywhere. Like, okay,
And
that's
floating
it's
stuff, some stuff.
and floating stuff, some stuff.
But at
Uh,
least you can see now. Because before, I barely could fucking see where I was going.
I feel like I can see worse now. But okay, last two things. I know I keep saying that, but this is actually the last two things I'm going to mention. I'm not going to mention the ghost types yet because we're going to work on those and talk about them later.
Yeah, we have
The
not.
last two things I want to mention is because we haven't really we've run into one and we didn't really get to understand that one. Three okay, I guess three things. New evidence type, dots, which we don't really understand whatsoever. It's like, hey, you see a
Yeah,
shadow
and I
or some like
think it's a little bit
I
broken at the moment
it's
because
broken basically because it's like no one can see shit.
I
Uh
have noticed a little bit, but you have to focus so much. And that stage, I think it's meant to be more, but
I
yeah.
heard, like I said, it honestly is like we're saying like localization in the sense like you have to be next the ghost where you put it has to be where the ghost is. So it's just like the journal where it's like you have to be next to the ghost for it to work. You can't just sit it down and it'll work, like fingerprints or any of that. So the ghost needs to be there. So if it wanders off to another room, you're screwed. You have to go find it in the other room. But at the dots,
Let's put it in a doorway then. That would probably be the best way.
depends. But you got that. Um, like a lot of stuff got revamped, like I mentioned before. The ghostwriting journal, the ghost actually writes in it now. Like, I mean, of course, before it's like, oh, it appeared. No, now it actually picks up a pen and you can see it writing or see it drawing or whatever. Like, it will literally do it in front of you,
It looks
which
kind
is
of
like,
dumb though, because it looks like he is fucking drawing all over the book, and then it's like one thing, like, okay,
writing because I couldn't read it at
yeah,
all what it
they
was
should go
saying.
back to the
But
old one that was like the old big text they had. That worked
yeah,
good.
really, like cool. It just like does that. Like, oh, damn. All right, awesome. Uh,
I think we only got one ghostwriting ghost.
I have forgotten what my third thing is.
I don't know.
Uh, video cameras like a little bit of a revamp. Now you can actually see inside with a camera. So night
So wait,
vision
do we know if it
orbs.
works to see ghost orbs yet or no?
We don't entirely know because orbs are hard as fuck to see because we barely saw that last one.
So what you're
So
saying is the whole fucking update is bugged.
no. Uh, so you have that. Spirit Box got its little revamp, and Spirit Box voices are creepy as hell now. They are very deep voiced people, and they seem more attuned to what you say. Because if you say, how old are you, it actually says, I mean, I know it said this before, but it like acts more closer to it. Like if you say like, are you here? It's like I'm here, or as like you say the same thing. It's just like I'm behind you, or I am next to you. Like you'll say full sentences instead of words, or like 2 words. It was like say a full sentence to you. It's not really what a spirit box does. The point of a spirit box is to flip through many different channels, and technically it picks a random word from that channel that it just like landed on, and will go from there. That's what a ghost is supposed to do. Is it picks a word from that radio station, and that's what it says for it. So it's like,
Yeah, but
not exact, but I mean, it still ups the creep factor a shit ton.
yeah.
But that's kind of all we can really say with Phaz right now. We'll talk more about that next TNE because we're gonna play a bit more of it off and on.
Yeah, I feel like it's
So
more. This one is more like. This will think about it for now, but hopefully we have gotten a few, at least 1 or 2 more patches. But they first and foremost fix the apparition because it's basically invisible unless you focus on the light. Because I saw like 3 things. I think I was the only one that noticed it. Because I saw a shadow. First time, yeah, I mean,
again, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't say anything, man.
yeah, and then I was like, yeah, it's a phantom.
Also be a host bug because I mean, there's a lot of bugs that happen. That's like, oh hey, the host can't see it, but everyone else can.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
the
know.
best part was that Python was turning around with the flashlight. So the first shadow I thought, like, that's why I wasn't 100% sure the first time was because Python was turning around with the fucking lamp or the flashlight.
I know how it feels because I was sitting there trying to look for ghost orbs, and you guys kept shining the flashlight at me, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to look for ghost orbs, and don't like,
Yeah,
just don't
and
come
then
over
I
here.
move
And then
away,
both of
and you
you,
fucking
and
follow, and I'm like, am I like?
every single room or like every single corner of the room. And the worst part is that both of you would do it. Like I would say, okay, I'm gonna go around the room and look for ghost orbs, and I could go over here, look like okay, I'm like, all right, none over here, and I would say that out loud. I was like, okay, none over here. Like I'm gonna go over here, and I don't know where both of you just turn straight to me with your flashlights. I'm like, I can't see.
Oh,
I'm like, can you not? Don't follow me. Like, I'm gonna watch him do this. Like, no, because then I can't fucking see. So I'm like,
but
okay.
yeah, let's switch to a more of a living
From ghosts,
ghost.
yeah, instead of creepy as fuck ghosts, because that's now what they are. Let's move on to
The
less,
living kind of ghost, which I don't know.
and which I have not played yet.
Yes,
So I don't
which
love the game.
one again you should recommend it. Really good.
Onto it.
Mm.
I mean, it's a long game, so in this
Excelente.
case, I need to work on other long games.
I mean, I think the main story took me 50 hours, but I also did a lot of side stories. So,
That might be the issue, but I mean, still, I gotta work on some other games.
but we're not talking about the side or the main game right now. We're talking about the DLC that came out. What was it? Last week, which I completed in 2 days. Which was like, oh yeah, I kind of knew directly like it's not gonna be a super long DLC. It's gonna be like I think I even said it in the stream. I was like, it's gonna be 1 or 2 episodes. But
First of
yeah,
those DLCs, the freaking ad it kept getting over and over and over again. Like, shut up, stop it.
but yeah. So, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut got released. It's basically like, it's basically the release for the PlayStation 5. But we also got the DLC for the PlayStation 4, which I fucking loved. Uh, I mentioned this to you. This is the only spell I'm gonna give. Like, you're gonna get drugged like early on in the DLC, and that one was annoying because it's like random. Like, I don't know if it's specific action you do. Like, if you kill a certain enemy at a certain time, it's gonna like give you like a purple haze, and then shows and then you're gonna hear a voice talking to you, and it's gonna be like, can you not do it in the middle of the fight? That was like that one time I got
I do that a
pissed.
lot.
Like I
in
think
a lot of games.
like it's so that was a little bit annoying. But yeah, but otherwise, yeah, the story for being a short story, it was great. Like I have played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla's storyline and Odysseys, no, not yeah, Odysseys also like those doesn't add up. They kind of was slow and like and didn't feel like they. It was just like an add-on they just wanted to get paid for, and wasn't worth the money at the end. But like with Ghost of Tsushima, it was actually like it basically just continued what you already did in the first game. Like you were stealthy, you were meant to be like a ghost, like you, and part of it was like one of the part they mentioned in the trailers a lot is like you revisiting the island you have been in the past.
Oh, the dog's back. That's fine. No question, by the way. About how much space is the game?
Let me check real quick.
Actually, uninstalled Destiny 2 off my PS4. I have no use for it now. Now that
And
it's
you
crossplay.
can't get the game from me because I shared with someone else.
I'm saying in general that I could, I could probably buy in the future, but I can't exactly get an external hard drive anytime soon for it.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
it's
like,
less than 100. Promise you that.
yeah, I'm saying like,
It's
okay, since Destiny 2 is like 80,
about 50.
good, maybe. Destiny 2 is maybe about 80-ish. So it's like
Yeah,
I could get rid of that and have decent enough space for it.
yeah.
Other games I want to install. Every other game, I'm like, nope,
But
I
I
don't want
also
it.
have director's card, which I don't know. It's maybe like 3-4 gigabytes. Also, like I don't know how big that it is. But yeah, I would recommend you to get the director's card too because it's like unnecessary to buy the main game and then like buy the DLC later because
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, I've obviously, since the game came out, I've been wanting to play it. I mean, uh, there's been, I mean, I watched a little bit of it, just a tiny, tiny bit of it, because obviously I'm the kind of person that even gameplay is spoilers for me, because it's like I don't want to watch anything about a game until I play it myself.
I think the only
Yeah.
part, like, if I wanna know, the only thing I wanna know if I wanna watch a gameplay before I play it myself is, does the gameplay look like good enough? Like, is there like, if it's like Ghost of Tsushima, like as a game like that, I kind of would have watched like maybe 10 minutes of just the gameplay, not the story, just the gameplay to say, okay, does it look like it's a functioning like gameplay or is it like broken as fuck and annoying?
Enough. I was listening to a podcast of a few people that are like, I'd say famous-ish, that were talking about the game, and I'm like, oh, the way they were talking about it, it's just like, yeah, it's one of those games you really need to play. So I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it
deal with
is.
that once I get the money for it and also the time for it, because it's like I'm trying my best to try to beat games before I get new ones and leave the other ones in the dust. So it's like I would like to try to beat some games first,
We've
which
been
is
in
what I'm working on
Cyberpunk
now.
yet?
Counting that game. Uh, I'm working on Psychonauts 2 right now. Working on Psychonauts
Uh-huh.
2,
Which
the Great
which
Ace
just
Attorney
came out.
Chronicles.
Yeah, a game that just came out, you're gonna beat before you beat Cyberpunk?
I
Jeez.
don't want to. You said it. We said it earlier. Cyberpunk is gonna get into the boring phase. Like I don't want to beat it at the moment.
I
So at
think
this
I'm at
point,
the
there's
last
too much.
story
I'll say this: I'll
quest.
probably play a lot more of it once the next gen upgrade comes out, which is going to be a while probably. But I'm saying once that comes out, it's like I'll probably really want to play more of it. It's like maybe it'll look pretty good, optimized that way. It's like I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Playing those two games, I'm playing Psychonauts 2, Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Uh, Third game I'm trying to think of play. Kind of playing Destiny 2 a little bit off and on
Yeah.
this new season.
Yeah, we should
Uh,
play that together a lot. But the grind.
Skyward Sword. So the Skyward Sword, playing that a bit.
But yeah,
Uh,
but yeah.
no more.
Otherwise, like yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is really like you. That's one game I feel like you can't like. Even if you've watched the story and say it, it's a different experience playing it. And you're probably gonna play the easy or the terrible subtitled version instead of the samurai cinema version. Okay, so subtitle is English with subtitles. Samurai cinema is Japanese with English subtitles. And then you have Kurosawa mode, which is black and white.
When it comes to Ghost of Tsushima, it doesn't matter what, the freaking lip sync is always wrong, from what I've heard. Even with Japanese, when they're speaking Japanese, it's still not correct, what I hear. That the lip sync is still wrong.
Yeah, it's probably because I feel like they had so much fucking. First, they tried to fix the animation for the English version, and then, which is probably like, it's probably what they try to do while everything goes on. Then you have to do it for the Japanese version, and then you probably fuck up both of them because you like try to do both probably as fast as possible to get done with everything. And they probably didn't do like the voice stuff, like the voicing or the lip syncing stuff at different times. They like try to do both. Like instead of like say they did like a certain scene, instead of switching the scene and did like say the whole English part first, they probably did first the English version, then they took the same scene and did the Japanese version. And then somehow in the post production it probably got like, because it wasn't done beforehand everything, it probably got like somehow mixed up together. Yeah. Yeah. You should play
It's
Kurosawa mode. It's black and white and it looks so fucking weird.
I'd probably rather do that on a second playthrough or something because I'd rather want to see the actual, art
Yeah, and
style
that's
and everything normal.
beautiful. Ugh.
Because black and white would kind of ruin that. Let me rephrase that. It would ruin. Well,
I mean, it
I
ruins
can't say
them.
shit anymore. I'm saying like I kind of have to rephrase that because at the same time it's like you have people who are completely colorblind, and I just said that, and I guess
No,
they're probably
but I
like,
feel
"Oh,
like
that's offensive." Like you're saying, like the way I see it is not good enough. Like, no,
no, but I
I'm.
understand. I think it's mere like he said it like he, if you're fully colorblind and can only see black and white, that's different. But like, because yeah, you're not gonna see colors anyways, and it's like not meant like that. Because black and white in itself is kind of good and amazing and so on. But when you got like us, if you can, if you want to see like the graphics of it all in the long run, if you can see colors, I'm making it sound worse, but I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah. But yeah,
That
I
doesn't
mean,
sound good.
even if you even when you have like green, maybe green and red or whatever the different fucking combinations are, but like if you have like you can still appreciate these games when you have, if you play like the Samurai Cinema or the English the subtitle versions. But if you wanna experience the game like an old movie, you watch it play the Kurosawa mode, which is basically actually based on the film director. Don't know his first name, but his name is Kurosawa. He was a famous samurai movie maker. And you know, he did black and white movies because I think he was like born in like the 1940s or something, or not 1940s. I don't know when he was born. I read about him.
We've been going on for like 30 minutes over.
Yeah, and my
which
hand is starting to
probably
freeze, and I'm blaming Nexus for that.
I'm getting tired, and one of my hands is getting bit apart and scratched by a like 7-week-old pup. So fun times. Oh, now it's licking me. All right. Anyway, so yeah, before my fingers have been chomped off by a tiny dog with sharp as hell teeth. I don't know how the hell it's that sharp. Yeah, might as well go and end this. About
Well, I guess so. Our sellout period time where we sell out all our social medias, which is mine is Twitter, YouTube, and I have a Discord if you want to watch, which I have in the description. And the other thing, Sweden Kappa on Twitter and Sweden Boy Gaming on YouTube. Which if you say YouTube, of course you're gonna know it's that name. Unless you're blind. Which why are you watching? Why aren't actually we don't have the audio version yet because someone is lazy.
on anything when it comes to the cast box, but at the same time, you still have YouTube.
Yeah,
Like look up YouTube stuff there. That'll work out fine.
yeah, but if you're blind, you like you wouldn't say my name.
Sure, but I mean, at the very least, you can have maybe a friend there that could put it together, or it is. So like a friend that could do that, or maybe there's like a voice command that could kind of do that. I'm sure you could. I'm
Probably.
sure you could literally search up, or like say like I don't know,
I
Sweden
think I
Boy
wonder if
Gaming.
that's how they do it. Like they have like a text to speech when they search for stuff.
That's usually how they do it. But like they play gaming nerd ensemble or something like that. Like or look that up.
But yeah, and I have a Discord which is in my description on YouTube. And I have. Do I have anything else? Yeah.
But so
Mm.
I don't know much else to say. When it comes to actual social medias, I mean, of course, I'm next to 7C everywhere. So, have fun
Yeah,
with that.
literally, like if you like even I could give you this. If you go to Bungie, you search up his name there and you find him. Like you don't even need to fucking bother to like wonder what it is. It's like
Bungie at the moment is because I signed in with my Steam account, so I gave it that name.
no, you have fucking 5 names with on Bungie. It's Nexus 71C, Nexus 71C, Nexus 71C, Nexus 71C with the little lamb, and then Nexus 71C.
Okay, that's because I'm next to what's in everything.
Yeah, but
And the
also
little
you
N
have a
again is
Nexus
because I was young enough to where it
71C
didn't matter.
without a capital.
And I said it's because I was young enough where it didn't matter.
That was kind of
And
fun in the raid.
I can't change it because it costs money. And I don't need to freaking spend money to change one letter in the capital.
Yeah.
That's that. And I actually don't know if you mentioned yours, but yeah, you're basically Swing Cat Boy and everything except for YouTube, which is Swing Boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any much social media except Twitter. Actually, also, I'm actually not Swing Cowboy on PlayStation either, but like, don't know. No.
It's kind of like
I mean,
no.
you
No.
literally used to admit being next 71C everywhere, so.
Did I said on everything? You can just like look me up. I'm probably there. Like I said, if you find me on Instagram and TikTok, I don't do shit. The accounts are blank because I don't use them.
Yeah.
They're there
So
for
like
giveaways, and
you're
that's it.
just the same. Ha! No one will ever find my Facebook. Actually, you probably can because it's in my. Actually, I think I
No,
removed it, but
can,
like
you can probably find my thing.
I
Maybe
could probably
actually, from what
find.
I saw, when someone tried to search my name, because I was recently trying, because this is someone like I knew in real life, and like it was like at my past workplace, and like they quit, and then I quit. It's like, I had no contact with them, and then I recently uh met up with them, or like I recently found them at some place, because we're at the same place. Whatever. Point is, saw each other, and we mentioned like, okay, maybe we should probably try to stay in contact this time. Go Facebook or whatever, because it's like the only thing everyone ever has. So like, okay, fine. Tries to search my name up. There were like 50 people with my name. Good luck with that. I mean, sure, you could look for my picture on there, but it's like even I couldn't find that. I was scrolling down and like, nope, 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 nope. Like you can't find me.
You don't exist.
It's like so damn low. Fun with that. So I mean, I don't know. Just whatever works. So what is it? That's pretty much all I gotta say. So hope you guys have enjoyed this little longer, yeah, uh, podcast episode. Mainly it's just finish up other Gamescom stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's obviously more stuff for Gamescom. It's not over in 2 days. There's still more going on, but it's like we're not gonna.
I feel like the main games, but then more like.
Anything good enough comes on, and fine. I think there was actually a Lego Star Wars trailer, but
Oh, we
I didn't see it
forgot.
anywhere.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I didn't find it anywhere. I was
Yeah,
looking because I wanted to talk
okay.
about
Do
it.
you want to know something what bothered me? The voice acting. There's voice acting.
Yeah, I know. I hate voice acting in Lego games now. It's like the whole point of it beforehand was, or of the voice acting, is like, oh, hey, make it more like the movies or whatever, attach it. It's like, okay, but the whole point of it was supposed to be like a miming uh gag. Like, it's like, so it's like, they're like trying to like a mute mime type of like
I didn't
gag,
like
and you can make it so
Luke,
much more funnier. And now they can still do that. I mean, now they just have like they'll have someone
but
talking
I think
and like
also they're
say some
gonna
stupid
add
shit.
on to the Force Awakens storyline now with
The Star Wars movies. So every Star Wars movie is going to be in the like the game
Do we
one
know
through
if
nine.
it's a multiplayer yet? Because I don't know if there's a multiplayer, but I don't.
Well, it's gonna be co-op, but we don't know if it's gonna be online co-op.
Yeah.
All I'll say is I'm going to buy it on Steam regardless, so we'll have a way to play it.
Yeah. If it's co-op online, I'm getting it on Xbox.
Things getting it these days, so it might actually do that.
Yeah. But there's an issue. So Warner Bros. Servers has a tendency to be like, we have noticed it's buggy as fuck when it comes to at least the one time we played the Star Wars online, it's a broken game.
In 360 days, and it was the only uh
Yeah, I think
it
that
was
was the
for one
only
the only
time they
platform
tried it,
I played
and
it
then it
on
was like, yeah, we can't really.
live, and it was only on the 360 version of Complete Saga, which we still need to play more of. Also, the creepiest fuck thing I was talking about is my dog is asleep on my bed because she usually just jumps up there. I'm like, all right, fine. And her eye is open. So it looks like her eye is rolled in the back of her head. So I just see white, like a white eye staring at me. I'm like,
She's becoming a ghost.
oh no, I think she just woke up. She's staring at me now. Like, what are you talking about?
The fuck are you talking? You heard us talking about her becoming a ghost. It's on to you. But
Anyway,
with
so
that
that's gonna
said,
be
we will see you
yeah.
guys hopefully next week with Destiny 2. If I can make
No,
him, we might actually. I'm gonna ask him see if we can push in Phasmophobia stream somewhere in the week also. Hopefully,
mm,
because that would
at
be
this
fun.
rate, you're the only person that needs to any convincing because
I mean,
I
I'm
kind
up
of
for
my
Phasmo now.
schedule. Well, my schedule is on a hiatus at this point.
Yeah.
I'll probably throw in games from that schedule now and then, especially because now I have
But yeah,
I
right
skipped
now,
the ones that were
but
annoying
when
me.
it comes to gaming, it's you we need to convince. But because Phasmophobia, I'm fucking willing. Yeah,
Friends for it. The only people I
you
have
don't
is
have friends.
mainly you. Mainly just have you for when it comes to Phasma.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, I'm up for it anytime. I just need someone to play it with. But I'm not playing it by myself, especially not now.
Like before it was like, okay, I can maybe play it a little bit. Now it's like,
Well, no. I mean, before it was like maybe a little bit, but it's like not really. And now it's like, no.
you wanna, you're gonna hear like, like, yeah, I'm going home, guys. Also, I don't know if we're gonna play that much professional at the moment because we went
Very
broke.
difficult. I mean, we went broke, and we were dying on amateur. We were dying on amateur. It was that
Like,
bad.
I think again the ghost is bugged. Like
I think the reason why we died on amateur though is because we were in the same room as it, so we couldn't really
yeah,
run
no,
away.
I got stuck in a corner and it spawned on me. Like it literally
Hell,
spawned.
I walked. I literally just kept going, and then when I came back, which is a new thing by the way, is like whenever someone dies, I don't know if it's like an actual feature, if it's part of the bug, but it's like every time somebody dies, the ghost will appear again for a second and just like look away, or like it will be like just appear for a second, then disappear. It will just show itself for a quick sec. So when I came back, you were dead, or actually when I look back, you were choking because you were dead, and then out of nowhere, when you died, the ghost popped right up next to you, which is how that got that ghost picture next to your body. It's like it popped right back up, like, yeah, I did that. Like, damn.
Yeah. Okay. So we died on amateur. We need fucking help. Also, we didn't even. I lost $120 on that.
I lost like 300 and something buying equipment back because I mean, I don't know about actually losing the money in general, but for playing, but as a basically I've spent like 300 something in the game because
Like, yeah,
equipment's expensive.
I think we have been in total. We have spent over $1,000, and that's basically going down the drain, right?
A crap ton of things, and then I died, and then I had like a decent amount again without buying anything. Then I died. Then I bought barely anything, died, and then we decided, fuck it, we're playing on amateur with starter items.
Yeah, because
We're
I
not
think
doing
that's the
much.
only way that we can play at the moment if we want to gain back, like amateur or intermediate. But yeah,
Yeah. So that's
so
it, everybody.
hopefully we can get in a fast mo stream next week. Mostly it's because he's the issue often that we can't stream.
The issue because of, like I said, little sister. She does not let me do
Yeah.
things these days, and I'm the only person who can deal there apparently. Yeah, but that is gonna be it. So hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I
See
guess
you
any
next time.
thoughts, comment wise, I don't know. Yeah, see you next time.